Drums, please. Drums, please. No. Share this up. Have tonight. Why do I hear myself? That's not good. Don't like hearing back feed over here. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use. What's DJ? Yeah, fair use, mother effer. Fair use, mother effer. Shout out to DJ. What's up, chat?
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment.
So they did this in 1976. I guess people went to court for this in 76. What's up, Mandy, Jason, Craig, Damien? What's up? Kirk, Scottish Dad, boy, com. What's up?
Reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Merlino's picture on my wall. I dream about him when I sleep. I go out of my way every day to find mafia guys just walking down the street. I know just where they went to school. I know the names of all their friends. I'm off the meds again for OBSESSION. I know the middle names, just need a lock of their hair. More than a little bit insane, cause I think I see gangsters everywhere. The feds, they just don't understand. They cannot see my point of view. They say it's gotten out of hand, and I'm obsessed with you. I want to get next to you. Yeah, I love all the bits you do. Now I can get close to you. Right on my dream come true. I want to have sex with you. Your YouTube views.
What's up, Break?
I'm obsessed with you. Mob rats, they set my heart aflame, electrocute me with their lies. The very mention of their names, my stomach fills with butterflies. Snitch tells are better than
cocaine.
I need them more than oxygen. I'm off the meds again for OBSESSION. I know the middle names, just need a lock of their hair. More than a little bit insane, cause I think I see gangsters everywhere. The feds, they just don't understand. They cannot see my point of view. They say it's gotten out of hand, and I'm obsessed with you. I want to get next to you. Yeah, I love all the bits you do. Now I can get close to you. Rats on my dream come true. I want to have sex with you. Your YouTube views won't do.
What's up, James?
I'm obsessed with you. Yeah, I'm obsessed with you. Mafia Rat and me, we were meant to be. We live happily in my fantasy. We go walking down the aisle. I just look at you and smile. Enslaved in chains, cause you're still in denial. I want to get next to you. Yeah, I love all the things you do. Now I can get close to you. Rats on my dream come true. I want to have sex with you. Your YouTube views won't do. Cause I'm obsessed with you. Yeah, I'm obsessed with you.
Shout out to Rat Trap City for that.
Listen to the.
All right, hold on. Let's say hi to everybody. Look at this. I don't know who this is. Shia LaBeouf on the screen. I'm not sure. We'll say hi to some people and give you a little synopsis on what tonight's stream's going to be. Prince Andrew, don't come in here. any other of the royal family, you're more than welcome. But Prince Andrew, you ruined it with Epstein, pal. You ruined it with Epstein. On the fucking name, some people think off up is hilarious. Steve, what's up, man? Greek lady, David, Scottish Deb, James Simpson, my bro. I love the African gray. My friend had an African gray years ago, but my friend passed away. But he had a huge African gray, man. It was real expensive too. Those are badass birds, man. Brody, how's it going? DJ, fair use, motherfucker. What's up, DJ? Shout out to DJ and Grumpy, man. All right, now you're gonna remember when a time passed when Fibbins was telling everybody that Buddy Cianci dated his mom in high school. They were high school sweethearts. They went to a dance one time. Buddy threw the punch on the floor. He tried to spike the punch. All the kind of high school stories. Well, it's all bullshit. Buddy Cianci, I should have known this. I've heard Moses Brown a million times. You went to Moses Brown. That was this all boys school. We're going to listen to that and some other Fibby stuff. I forget what it is. I got it off the Fibby channel. Some funny Fibby stuff. But I thought that was amazing that insane. The Fibby fam brought that Buddy Cianci thing up. I don't know how I didn't remember that or notice that myself. That Buddy Cianci went to Moses Brown, which is an all-boys high school from 5th grade to fucking senior year. Fucking nuts. Mantel, Porky's Pie. Dynamite, what's up, bro? Did you see that Muppet Fibby put up on Tommy's Picks Karate? No, he then had the nerve to put proper MTR in the post like he owned the picture when others channeled vulture. Yeah, he's a weirdo. Tommy Karate doesn't like that guy. Nobody likes that guy. He's a weirdo who wrote him letters. He's a typical just a fanboy writing these guys letters. You know, they don't know who the fuck he is. Maybe they write him back and he thinks they're his best friend in the world. It's a fucking, who goes writing people letters you don't even know like that anyways on some weird fucking fanboy level? He's insanity. Texas Joshy, what's up, man? What's going on? Hold on a minute. I gotta fix this thing. My dog just messed up. Don't touch the fan, boy. Dog knocks this fan over. RoboCop, what's up, man? He's not fucking normal. No, he's not. Totally not normal. Fucking hilarious shit, though. All right, let's get into it. Hold on. I title all the videos Joey Merlino Stalker because that's what he is. So I put it up. But this guy's hilarious, though. I got to give it to Fibby. You are one of the funniest people, most insane people out here. And boy, do I love the content. Please don't go away. Please. I guess he posted something the other day. I guess he's in back of use of his fingers. Remember he did that post? He's like, I'm Fibby's friend. I won't be around for a week or two. Oh, Fibby's hurt. Fibby's okay. It was fucking weird. Well, the Greek lady, what's up? Fucking crazy. So it's like, what happened to your fingers? They're all of a sudden okay now. Oh my God.
Primetown podcast, which is another good one about Providence. Mayor Buddy, listen to the Crimetown podcast, which is another good one about Providence. Mayor Buddy Cianci.
Look how they can't even say it. Howdy doody. Jacob Stukes is like Buddy Cianci. And Fibby, they can't say Cianci like a Providence person. Like us Providence people, Rhode Island people, most of us around the greater Providence area will say Cianci like I do. They won't say Sansi and all these things like Fibby does from out of state. And I'm not hating on out of state people, right? I can't say words or names of their local places.
I guess, could you tell us a little bit about Joe Badway?
So, first of all, I can tell you, my mother dated Buddy Cianci in high school. Yeah. He was a friend of the family in the beginning, not in the end. First of all,
notice how he says Buddy Cianci was a friend of the family in the beginning, not the end. You know why he says that? He wants you to give the illusion of you to you people like Buddy Cianci was this mobbed up guy, and then he didn't like the mob. He liked the mob, and Fibby's family is the mob, right? So that's just so stupid. But let's listen.
Joe Badway.
So, first of all, I can tell you, my mother dated Buddy Cianci in high school. Yeah. He was.
How did she do that? What is it, Pat? Just Pat?
Yeah, he was a friend of the family in the beginning, not in the end. First of all, I can tell you, my mother dated Buddy Cianci in high school. Yeah. He was. First of all, I can tell you, my mother dated Buddy Cianci in high school. Yeah.
He's told many Buddy Cianci high school stories. What's up, Tamis? Shout out to the Windy City. He's told many Buddy Cianci Providence stories with his mom in high school. Buddy pulling pranks. Buddy putting whoopee cushions under the librarian's butt. Buddy with spitballs. It never happened. Buddy, here's why it never happened. Here's why. Watch.
He was. First of all, I can tell you, my mother dated Buddy Cianci in high school. Yeah. He was. First of all, I can tell you, my mother dated Buddy Cianci in high school. Yeah. He was.
Buddy Cianci attended the Moses Brown School in Providence, Rhode Island. Historically, Moses Brown was a traditional all-boys boarding and day school, although it was
an all-boys school. And Buddy went there from 5th grade to senior year. So how did Buddy Cianci date your mom? It was co-ed. What is she? What is it? It's Pat. SNL Pat over here. It's Pat. It's Pat, right? What's going down? Was this some drum pump up the transmission? Put on a like what's going on? Transmission stuff? Did moms have the crew cut going? I don't want to hate on the mom. God bless her. She's a good person. She threw Fibby out. But think about that. Is it Pat? No, it's just a lie. His mom never dated Buddy Cianci in school. Cianci went to this fucking Moses Brown school for you have money to go to Moses Brown.
Now coeducational. Moses Brown was a traditional all-boys boarding and day school, although it is now coeducational.
Fibby's Buddy Cianci's been passed away a long time now, and Fibby's mom is an older woman. I don't know how the fuck they would have went together. It just stopped being co-ed only a few years ago. Literally a few years ago. Back in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. It was all just boys' school. See, a lot of little lies. All the little lies add up to the big lie. And it just the big lie is himself, right? It's my creation. Is it real? It's Fibby's imagination. Is it real? No.
And then when I'm 25, my mother says he's dead.
Oh, wait, well, listen.
What happened? What happened? Yeah. He was, first of all, I can tell you, my mother dated Buddy Cianci in high school.
We're going to go to a double. This is a triple threat, this video. 3 lies in one video, a trifecta. Paps needs gas money. What's going down?
She attended the Moses Brown School in Providence, Rhode Island. Historically, Moses Brown was a traditional all-boys boarding and day school, although it is now coeducational. Moses Brown was a traditional all-boys boarding and day school, although it is now coeducational.
And then when I'm 25.
All right, now we're jumping into Cousin Norman getting whacked and put in the back of the Jaguar trunk. And Fibby would ask, remember he was on Stooks' channel, Howdy Doodies, and he's telling Howdy Doody. See, people like you, Howdy Doody, Jacob Stooks, when you shut off the computer, that's it. I have to live with this, Fibby said. He's got to live with his cousin Norman who got killed. It's a fake story. Unfiltered Brit, what's up, man? It's a fake story. Listen to this crazy story about how his mother explains how the people disappear in Providence, Rhode Island from the mafia whack-ins and clip-ins. This is ridiculous.
And my mother says he's dead. I said, well, what happened? What happened? And she said he made bad business investments. The hell does that mean? That's what she told me. He made bad business investments. And I said, what do you mean? And she said he owed and didn't pay. And you know what happens when you don't pay.
What's up, B1? Wait, business event, and you know happens when it don't pay. So Fibby's mom is now La Mafia, the woman, La Donna the Mafia, the lady of the Mafia. This is ridiculous. Now watch the story he says. He gets this from a New York guy that was killed in a Jaguar. Listen.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That's in the drug dealing world, we used to just say, "Oh, he fucked up the package."
Piggy, are you watching The Wire? Are you watching The Wire? Shout out to Avon Boxdale. Don't fuck up the package. A Marlo Stanfield be on your ass.
Yeah, well, they found him. they found him in his Jaguar with his head blown off.
Listen.
So shit.
All right, and there's been I lived in Providence my whole life. I would have heard about this. Even if it happened in the 60s, I would have heard it on the news of some guy getting killed in Providence and stuck in a Jaguar. We would have seen it on the news or heard about it in urban tales, shit like that, right? But no, it happened in New York.
And then it was
in June 1990, reputed Lucchese crime family member Michael Salerno was found dead in the trunk of a 1988 black Jaguar.
See, Fibby gets inspired by other people's tales and other stories. Red Zilla, the king. What's up, Red? Montauk, what's up? Well, listen, he gets inspired by other stories and other tales.
UPI archives and Deseret News reports.
He should have done this. So after they leave, I think I'm going to get in big trouble.
Listen.
And my grandfather grabs me by the arm, starts heading back
this
up
is the
towards his
stupid
chair.
story, right?
And he looks at me and says, "You did the right thing. You always defend your family, no matter the cost." He said,
"Watch this.
What? You did one thing wrong." I said, "What is that?" He goes, "You did it in front of people. Don't ever do anything in front of where anybody can see you all life."
And he gets this from Black Mash, Johnny Depp, a trifecta video from Fibby family. Wonderful job, Fibby family. The crowd's going wild.
You gotta learn from these things, right? Here's the deal. You did not get in trouble because you punched this sneaky brat in the face. Not
What's
at
word
all.
for word almost.
You got in trouble because you punched a sneaky little brat in the face in front of other people.
What a nut.
Jimmy.
You know, that's what
All
I.
right, this is I don't know what this is, but this is April 20th, 2026. Fibby and Friends. Fibby's Tales. I don't know what he's doing in this one. This is a surpriser. We're all gonna experience this together. Might have heard part before. What's up, Atlas? Fibby Bulger. Fibby Bulger.
I miss the unwavering loyalty of just being able to be brutally fucking honest and not.
Because that's what he's known for, honesty, right?
Being judged. He may, you know, my father didn't like a lot of the shit I did. Let me tell you, he really didn't. But I think my father, without, you know, he was always a good parent. Don't get me wrong. He was a great parent. I don't think anybody could have asked for a better father than I had. You know, could he have been more stern?
Fibby sounds a little bombed here.
With me? Yeah, absolutely. Did he let me get away with a lot of shit? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think sometimes, you know, a parent could be too much of your friend than a parent. But
well, you know, I have to agree right there. He did let Fibby get away with a lot of lying, probably. Maybe he thought Fibby's lies were just his imagination. You know, maybe he can flex his imagination and he'll be really smart when he gets older. No, you should have maybe set him down and told him not to lie. Or maybe it's not the dad's fault at all that he's a liar. I don't know. I'm still on the fence with that one.
Father balanced both incredibly well. And believe me, you know, my father only had to hit me fucking once my whole entire life. And why he hit me is actually kind of funny. I was, my mother, he had bought my mother a Mercedes for some fucking reason. And I was fucking with a bread bag. Like it was a Wonder white bread bag. And I filled it up with sand and I was
like a Wonder Bread Wop, like you, Culture Vulture. He eats his manigot. He dips his American bread with butter in his manigot.
Like twirling it in the fucking air. And it went all over the fucking car. And he beat the daylights out of me. And it had nothing to do with the fact that I just threw sand on the car. It was the fact that he knew my mother was going to cut his balls off for sand being on the car.
So all due respect to the dad, R.I.P., but Fibby's putting these stories out there. He must have been a huge cock, that he was abused by the mom. I think in this video, he might tell it too, how he was abused by the mother and stuff. And who knows if it's true. Fibby just puts all this shit out here and we just play it and giggle.
Or it had nothing to do with me. It was just he didn't want to take her shit.
Why would he be? I don't understand this story, but he bought a Mercedes is a nice car. Obviously, you're going to give a little kid a slap for it. Who cares? Maybe he was that scared of the mom, but I don't know.
So, but it only took my father once to do that. And I learned a very hard lesson not to fuck around. How
is that when he said the mother went on to abuse him for years? Burned cigarettes on his head, all stupid stuff that I actually do not believe the mother was an abusive person at all. I don't believe it.
Miss the days of just being able to.
Yes, James Simpson. He's a con man, a pure con man. What's up, May Queen? Just a con man. I believe he does have a sickness with lies that he can't help himself, but overall, it's con man stuff all day long.
You know, be honest with him. You know, I'll tell you the truth because I don't really hide nothing, and this is probably more than my family would want me to say. But there was a time when, you know, the FBI came to my house. You know,
how many times has the FBI came to this kid's house? How many different FBI stories do we have?
And they came and they fucking roused about it, me, bust my balls, asked a lot of questions, you know, all this nonsense. And I don't know nothing. Go fuck yourself. You know, and they tried the whole, well, you know, we could extradite you back to New York for this, that, and the third. And my father.
Why would they want to extradite him to New York? They only do that on serious crimes. You know, it costs a lot of money to extradite somebody from Virginia Beach to New York City. Why would they want to extradite him to New York for what? Egging cars? Or his little friends broke into a house in Virginia Beach? Why would they want to extradite him to New York? What crimes did you do in New York? None. You are not a 3-time felon like you claim. You are crazy, dude. This is just insane, but funny. Oh, thank you for the super chat. On Big Brother Tim, what's up? Oh, I got to get down to I can't even get to this thing. Oh, Bella. Working and listening, like everybody. Shout out Bella. Grazie, Bella. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. And all the mothers in here. And all the people who lost their mothers. You know, your mother's looking down on you right now. I had a wonderful Mother's Day. Little Maine, what's going down? Little Maine DeBar. Raditha, what's up? Damn it, Mandy, what's up? Burn. Benson Hurst, what's going down, man? But these stories, this is sad actually lying about your mom like this. And this is the woman who adopted him. They gave him a life and everything. Who does this?
Adam says, then go ahead and fucking do it. Either do it, be about it. Be about it. Don't tell me you're going to take my son. Just take my fucking son if that's what you're going to fucking do.
Why didn't the father use his black ops CIA connections for this one? Because sometimes daddy protects him with CIA connections. We've all heard it and seen it, right? There's times where he pulls the dad, does amazing things with his black ops stuff, like getting Fibby out of class, right? Why doesn't he use it right in this situation? Or maybe he does. Let's see.
I had no patience for that kind of shit. And I remember after they left.
So mind you, the cops are asking him. Thank you, James. Make sure you sub to James Simpson's channel. David, what's up? If someone starts a sentence with "I'm being honest," to tell you the truth, yes, Sunburns, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. This is the truth right here. I'm not lying about this one because you lied about the last one. Think about that. Why would they want to extradite him to New York? And why would the father be all cocky? Like he's trying to put the premise of, he's trying to paint a picture to you people that his family are just all felon mobbed up people who've been dealing with FBI at their house their whole lives and trying to get Fibbles. Shout out to Richie 401, always trying to arrest Fibbles, but they can't get Fibbles because he's too smart and he smirks at judges. But they want to, so we're in the middle of the cop trying to extradite Fibby and the father's going, go for it. You got nothing on my son.
You know, my father goes, out back, me and you right fucking now. And we went outside. He handed me a fucking beer. He bought me a pack of cigarettes. Apparently, when he went and made his run to the store, he opens them up, throws them at me, says, light one up. I light one up. I start drinking the beer. And he says to me,
he's bombed as hell right here. And he's trying to give you a Chevy Chase moment from Summer Vacation with him and Rush drink the beer and Rush belches. And it's a great dad and son moment. Picture the father being so happy that they came to his son's house to extradite him. This makes no fucking sense. And why didn't dad use his CIA hologram card in this one?
I want to know every fucking thing you're involved in right fucking now.
Listen.
And let me tell you something. That's not.
And after this, we're going to introduce you to who JumpOutJamie is. We're going to show you JumpOutJamie. Who is JumpOutJamie? That sucker and succotash rapo friend. He likes hanging with people with sex charges. They love their sex charges, friends and rapos. Well, after Fibby, though.
Easy conversation to have with your father. Listen. You know, I could have lied and be like, I'm not doing nothing, Pop, you know, because the FBI just shows up for no fucking reason.
Yeah, that makes no sense, Fibby. Like, well, I could just said, they just came here because they're picking on me. This never even happened. Why would you have to be extradited to New York? You have no record of the sort like that. This is just all lies. Just like your mom dated Buddy Cianci in high school. See, the little lie in the beginning helps you break down the other lies.
But much to his shock, I told him
so you hit that like button.
Everything that I was up to, everything I was involved in, everything I was doing, and the look on his face was pretty fucking epic. You know, he looked at him
because, you know what, son, you're a chip off the old block, mafia style. Be a mobster, kid. This is just ridiculous.
My father was going to shit his pants. That would have been in time to do it. So I told him everything. I told him everything that I could be caught for, everything I might not be caught for.
And what is that? Why don't you break that down and tell us those things? You can't do that.
And believe me, it was a fucking litany list of crimes. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not going to lie to you because I lie to you all the other. See, liars, they always say that. I'm not going to lie to you because I usually lie to you, but this is not a lie, even though it is a lie, but I'm trying to break through the liar barrier, but the liar barrier is up. It's a great dam. It was built by lying beavers and shit. We can't break through it.
It was a litany list of...
Shout out to Doug, man. Doug, what's up, bro?
Crimes. And after I finished, 20 minutes later, my father looked at me. And this is when he said, you have got to outsmart them.
What?
That's not what parents are supposed to say to their children.
And he didn't say that. There's no way this kid's father just got raided by the FBI. They want to extradite your son, but the father said, go ahead, effing do it. What happened after that? Did the FBI extradite you? Did they arrest you? So the FBI comes to your house. Hey, we want to extradite your son to New York. No, go F yourself. Okay, bye, we're leaving. And then Jeff's drinking a beer with dad like Russ and fucking Chevy Chase from fucking Summer Vacation. Right? That doesn't sound right. What happened? How did you and your dad stop them from arresting you and extraditing you to New York? Well, it never happened.
Parents are supposed to say, what the fuck? Are you out of your mind? You're never leaving the house again. I'm going to beat your ass all over the place. What are you, stupid or what? That's what a parent should do.
Maybe they did. Well, this never happened. But if they did do that, his father and mother would have yelled at him. He's so full of shit. This kid's a couch surfer. He couch surfed USA on his stepmother's couch since he was 11 years old. That's why when the dad passed away, God rest his soul, she threw him out of the house and didn't give him none of the medals or nothing.
But that's not what my father did. My father just, looked at me and says, you must outsmart them. Because if you don't, you're going to go to jail.
Why wouldn't he just say, stay out of trouble? Why wouldn't he just say, stop getting in trouble or don't do crimes, stay out of trouble? You got to outsmart them? That's not great advice for Fibbles here, but it never happened. This is insane. Poor dad, man.
And this was after I had been arrested, I think twice, 3 times.
Wait, he thinks twice or 3 times. Well, how didn't they extradite you then or arrest you? And why did they want you in New York when you lived in Virginia fucking Beach? You didn't live up in New York until like the 2016-17 when you were living on the curbs and Angel was giving you sandwiches on her curb. She wouldn't even let you in the house, but she gave you a sandwich on the curb.
I was on probation for a long time, unsupervised for 10 years, supervised.
Whoa, creepy.
For 2 years. This, my father just told me, smarten the fuck up. You're not going to beat them at their own games. You outsmart them. You outsmart them. You don't go to the can. That's not what fathers are supposed to say to their children. That's what I miss about my father, because it didn't
What a shame. And this is all a lie. What a shame. Man, you can't even tell the truth about your own dad, dude. That's fucking sad, bro.
My father wasn't the type of guy who was like, oh, my son's done nothing. Get the fuck out of here. He would act like that and play dumb like I had never done nothing. But then as soon as they left, he'd look at me and go, what the fuck? Are you stupid or what? So that's what parents are supposed to do. They're supposed to protect their kids, even when they fuck up. And I can say that about both my parents.
So he's saying they failed him because they didn't punish him with his fake crimes that never happened. Shame on you for saying this about your family. I get they're not your blood relatives. They adopted you, but somebody adopts you. That's still your family, man. Someone's adopted. That's your family. They adopted you. You should have more respect for them than this. What's up, Angela?
There was an incident, and God, I don't even know why I'm saying this shit. There was
because you're drunk and you're a liar, but let's proceed. Can we proceed? Yes, indeed.
When I was very young, we're talking 13, 14. I got caught up in something. All right.
13, 14. Like he's taking, listen, I think every guy or every boy or man in this chat got in trouble when they were 12 or 13 years old, right? Like every little kid gets in trouble at 12 and 13. He acts like he's like literally fucking killing people at that age, or a cat burglar, a high crime person. This is sad. Imagine trying to make yourself out to be like a criminal when you're not even. It's just fucking pathetic.
And the cops show up, and they don't know whether I was involved or not. They just have all these suspicions.
How did they get these suspicions, Fibby? Oh, that's right. The neighborhood, Virginia Beach gangster. What a nut.
And so the cop comes in, starts asking questions, and my mother's like, my son would never do nothing like that. You guys are just messing with him because he has black friends and all this crazy shit.
What? Oh, stop the press, Vicky Vale. Vicky Vale. Stop the press, Vicky Vale. Oh, my God. He's just picking on Jeff because he has black friends? What the fuck? He doesn't even have what black friends is he talking about? He grew up with Jared Ham and the White Kids of Virginia Beach. Maybe he had a couple of black pals in high school, but this makes no sense. It's like he's hanging on the corner with Belle Biv DeVoe and Boys to Men singing Motown Philly, You're the One every day, and that's why the cops hate him? I doubt that, Fibby. Stop making stuff up. They hate me because they're doing that because he has black friends? What's the demographics in the town you grew up in?
Him because he has black friends and all this crazy shit. So my mother just defended me. But let me tell you something. The minute that cop left, she beat me up one side of the fucking house to the other because she knew immediately I fucking did it. And, thankfully, because she stood in the way of that, I didn't get caught for nothing.
Wait, how didn't you get caught for nothing? How did the mother stop the cops by saying, wait, Jeff has black friends, you're picking on him. So whatever they went there for, whatever call or whatever they went there for, they're like, you know what? He has black friends. We got to stop messing with him or something. I highly doubt that, Fibby. That makes no fucking sense. No sense.
Trouble, but I didn't get caught for anything.
What? Wait, he got in trouble. He didn't get caught. Well, then why would they be at your house?
Get caught for nothing. I got trouble, but I didn't get caught for anything.
Does that make sense? I got in trouble, but I didn't get caught for anything, but the cops were at my house. Motown Fibby, you're the one. Put a little Joey's stalking cheesesteaks. Give me a break, Fibby. Fibbles.
So when it comes to my father, that's what I miss. I
talk about rats because they don't affect my life.
What a shame. Hold on a second. We are going to switch over to another tab for a second here. Let me know if you guys can see this right here. This is Cucklos defending the Ripper and talking about Jump Out Jamie. I've seen a clip off Watch's channel where this kid jumps on that other fucking flip-flopping clown's channel who leaves comments on my channel trying to be nice to me. It's like, dude, you're a slanderous fuck, rat-loving weirdo with all these fucking rapo fucks. These people are weirdos leaving comments trying to be nice to you. I'm not these people. Now let's listen to this guy, one of the biggest clowns on here. Mind you, most of his friends on YouTube were people with all sex crimes and sex charges, men who threaten to R women, grape women. Listen to this clown. This is him defending one of the biggest sexual creeps in this genre who well, he's not around no more. I don't know what happened to the guy. Who used to threaten to rape, grape all the women around here. Nobody should do that. That's very sick. No one should ever say they're going to R and hurt women on here. He did it to Josie. He did it to so many of the women on here and people's deceased family members, all kinds of stuff. And this clown rode with him the whole time. And even after he attacked his own sister, he went back and kissed his ass.
Conversation with that man. We talked and we built a rapport with things. I'm not okay with it. I was never okay. I wasn't, and he knows this. This is something I told him. I wasn't even okay when he would brag about doing what he did on his show. But
what does he mean by that? When the guy bragged about making the woman give him fellatio and what is it called? It sounds disgusting, but I must say it. Sticking your fingers inside a woman when she is saying no. That's what the guy was charged for. And then he bragged on YouTube about beating her up with a pool stick. But Carly's cool with that. Why is that? Well, he's got a boy named Jump Out Jamie we're going to introduce you to.
At the end of the day, that's how he gets down. I could just deal with the person that I know. He explained that situation to me, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to hold that against you. You did your time.
All right, so I'm not going to hold you R-ing a woman. I'm not going to hold you, or it's not R-ing, it's sexual assault on the fourth or first degree. I'm not going to hold that against you that you brutalized a woman like that. And you threatened to R a bunch of the women in this genre, a bunch of these women. Threatened to R them, sexually assault them. There was women on here that have been raped before, right? That they specifically focused in on and tortured. Use of animals.
Paid his fucking price. He paid his debt to society. And it's real simple. But here's another thing.
So he's basically saying he paid his debt to society, so I'll hang out with a rapo. He paid his debt to society. Notice it's always the people calling people rapos and pedophiles and stuff like that who all have like kind of like rapo friends, right? And stick up for rapos. But wait till we get to Jump Out Jamie.
I go back to all these people in this community give so much energy to these cowards that live behind the avatar. I'll tell you what.
This guy, this was in 2023, 2/15/23, still crying about people behind an avatar. The only reason he wants you to show your face is so they can go attack your family and fucking reel you in. Because his whole life revolves around these YouTube chats. This is his whole life, his social life. He has no job. This is his social life. This also makes him a little bit of money. He warms up to people and asks for 10, 15 bucks for cigarettes and milkshakes.
If Tony Soflo would have came into this community, hiding behind the avatar.
Now listen to how bright he is. Now listen to how stupid he is right here, what he says right here. Just listen to the logic of this. It tells you everything you need to know about this low IQ miscreant. Phony.
If Tony Soflo would have came into this community hiding behind the avatar with some fucking made up name, what would y'all have to say about his goddamn charges? Y'all wouldn't have shit to say. But he died.
Well, duh, because they wouldn't know who he is. It's like, what kind of fucking expert? What kind of, wow, that leaves me just like puzzled right there. Nicholas Andrews, what's up? He's, wait, yeah, he said he's okay. He paid his debts to society. Just like what? Listen to Jump Out Jamie. You guys don't know about Jump Out Jamie. Listen.
Doxed himself. He's out there. We dox ourselves. Stop worrying about the people who are out there and focus on the clowns who talk about people all day but live behind avatars.
And that's what you're doing right now. You're doing that right now. All you do all the time is talk about other people, slander people, and lie. All you do is lie. And these people let you on their platforms to lie like that because they're a bunch of fucking passive-aggressive bitches. That's what they are. Passive-aggressive weirdo fanboys who want to befriend you. And when you don't warm up to them like every other fucking goofball up on here, once you fuck me over and you slander my family and shit, I'm not being your friend. I'm not being your friend. And you don't even have the balls. None of these people even have the fucking integrity to apologize. And that's why these people hate me, because I have fucking integrity and I stand on my own 2 feet. Don't make up stories about people, lies. You don't think I could have my Spanish friends come on here and fucking make up stories about him? Have one of my Spanish friends make a channel and say, oh, he does this or he does that. I don't do that to people. That's just not my style. I don't need to. I can pull their words up and make them look like fools. They don't have that power. All they have is to scream out dirty fucking perversions.
Has nobody not learned? I'll put another spin on it.
Hold on, Bella. Wait till the spin he puts on it. Hold on, you're gonna love this. The hypocrisy is just amazing in this video. And then I should go play Wash's first 2 minutes of her video. There it is right there. Oh, I can't even, maybe I can pin it with this, but. And people, that's not a requirement right there. We do not fucking grift over here and none of that. But let's listen to Sucker and Succotash. Shout out to Fumble Nuts.
And this is from personal experience. I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox. My man.
Now listen to this. Since Sandbox, his man Jump Out Jamie. Listen closely. So when he goes on there accusing people of crimes, like they'll call me a pedophile. My niece has been on my channel, dude. My little cousins, my little niece has been on my channel. Fucking ridiculous. They'll call people rapos. Go look up my name. I got no fucking sex shit on my charges. I was charged with pot before, marijuana in 99. Fucking clowns.
Experience. Listen. I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox, my man Jamie. Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9-to-5 type of dude. He was not a street person. Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years.
Who would go eat that charge? If someone accused me right now, if some woman said I awed her, I'm not taking no plea. I am not copping no pleas whatsoever. I'm taking that to trial because I did not do it. There's no way I'm copping pleas. So he's trying to tell you, that fucking Jump Out Jamie's innocent. Well, why don't you prove that? You love going around calling people rapos and shit. Why don't the next time you do that, people bring out Jump Out Jamie? Why don't you tell the story a little more about Jump Out Jamie? Explain Jamie's story of how he's innocent.
Eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you, to most of the people here that are citizens that don't know this. There's nothing worse. You can be a rat. There's nothing worse than you entering a prison as a child molester or as a woman abuser.
And that's true. Oh, well, we got a new Fibby thing. The new thing Fibby just popped up. Fibby's life of crime as a child. We're going to play this right after Jump Out Jamie.
A few things going to happen to you. You're going to get your butt ran in. You're going to get cut. Or you might even lose your life. People tend to forget how.
All right, then what happened to Jump Out Jamie? Do you still support Jump Out Jamie? You said you did. Jump Out Jamie had to eat the charge. Men in here, any man in here. If some woman accused you of R-ing her and you didn't do it, and you know there's no way they can convict you just on this lady's word, I'm taking that to court, man. I ain't taking no plea. Hell no. No way. I ain't taking no plea. We got what is that called? Forensics and all that kind of shit. You can tell that's Jump Out Jamie was convicted by 12 of his peers. Jump Out Jamie was convicted.
Soulful spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you, to most of the people here that are citizens that don't know this. She was basically a borderline stalker. She a girlfriend, and she was in love with him. And experience. I learned. I'll put another spin on it, and this is from personal experience. I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox. My man Jamie. Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was.
Why didn't Jamie fight the case and beat it? Right? If a woman, see, I usually tend to believe when it comes to kids, I always believe the children. Right? I always believe the children in case there's some like parents pressuring them or whatever, and they can prove that. But if a little kid is saying somebody touched me, I usually 99.9% time always believe the kid. Always. And I mostly believe the women in case they could show me some fucked up shit. But Jump Out Jamie ate the charge. He didn't even try to fight this. Jump Out Jamie did not even try to fight a charge of grapes. He didn't even try to fight it. He took a plea. Who takes a plea on an R charge like that? What man in here would take a plea on that? Nobody. Angela's in denial over what? What these people saying people are grapists and stuff? Yeah, they've been pulling this for 4 or 5 years on here. They're all liars. Matter of fact, one of his biggest friends on here, Maureen, knows that's not true. I have a video clip of her yelling at Casbo saying that's not cool, calling people child molesters. He's a total fucking moron. And these people that let these people up there that do that with their little smirks on their face just prove you ain't no convict. You're an inmate. That guy Eric is a fucking clown. You're a fucking fanboy, dude. You've been leaving comments on my channel. You're fucking stupid. I'm not going to be your friend. Fuck off. Calling people call up there. You know, how many times that guy come in my chat, call me a child molester, all this weird shit. And then I busted his ass on that video that time when this guy's calling me a child molester when he literally has got some stupid sex charge on him from slapping a girl's ass or something, right? Which I wouldn't call the guy a grapo for that. I would just call him a fucking idiot, right? But it's amazing with these people with sex charges and these guys who stick up for Jump Out Jamie and all the rapos on it. Do you remember the Stone Sailor guy? How one of Carlos's best friends, how he's going to hurt that girl Brittany and have 12 guys gang aura. It's always with the Oz. They did that to my friend Josie. They did it to Angel. Then she became their friends. They did it to all the women on here. They're fucking sick. And this guy was all in the mix doing it. And then he'll call me a Nazi also. Well, do you ever have me on stream calling Josie the N-word and all stuff like that, like you did? No, remember you went undercover as a racist? This guy's got too much time on his hand. He goes undercover to be people's friend. He did that to Doc's Brandon Bell also. Common simp. This kid's a total weirdo.
Working 9 to 5 type of duty, was not a street person. Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same.
Wow. So Jamie's innocent, being convicted of rape. God, nobody should ever do that. It's terrible. Geez, oh my God. So he was convicted of that, and you still got his back. But yet you believe that I'm a rapist? Like, no, you don't even believe that. You just go with that lie because you're just a malcontent, a low-class miscreant, a man of no integrity. Should I play all the hate rats videos? I never go on stream with a rat sucker and succotash. You have no integrity. You've took your clothes off on every streamer's channel. He's fanboyed every channel and fanboyed every person on here and the women. He's one of the top simps I've ever seen, but one of the top simps who never pulls none of the women, though. Always with the roses and sweeties and sweetie this. Fucking weirdo. A total phony. When I first met this guy, he tried to act like he was like me and our friends over here. Total phony.
Allegations that Tony Soulful spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you, to most of the people here that are citizens that
can't even speak. One more time with Jump Out Jamie. Then we're going to go watch Fibby.
Since Sandbox, my man Jamie. Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9-to-5 type of dude. He was not a street person.
Yeah, that's right. It's MRE derangement syndrome, orange man bad, skull man bad. Yeah, fucking stupid people. And any moron to believe that, which there's not many. They're just people don't even already like you that will just run with that. You just look stupid. And if anybody's in these chats when that shit happens, you should speak up.
How to eat that charge. Look, Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person.
Why would an innocent person eat a rape charge? Why don't you explain that? You should do a show explaining this, right? Shit, if I was one of my day one homies from the sandbox raped some chick and was convicted, you're no longer my friend no more. I've said it from the day I started my channels. I won't fucking talk to rats on here or people with sex crimes. Not gonna do it.
For those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you.
And here him sticking up for the rapos. What a rapo lover. Jump out Jamie. Why do they call him Jump Out Jamie? He jumps out of the bushes and grabs women. What a fucking weirdo. What a weirdo. People should find who Jump Out Jamie is, right? Hey, BK, the next time this guy fucks with you, why don't you bring out Jump Out Jamie? Why don't you bring up, ask him about Jump Out Jamie. Watch how he goes silent. He should explain Jamie's case, calling other people child molesters and rats and all this dumb shit. Where's Jump Out Jamie? What about Jump Out Jamie? You should explain that case, because right now to me and any normal person, you look like a straight fucking white trash. Well, he's not white, but he's half white. He's Spanish people got white blood in them, mestizo style. Shout out. You should explain that your rapo friend from the sandbox who had to eat a charge. Let me tell you right now, like I said, if some lady said, "Hey, this guy odd me," I'm like, "Yeah, we'll prove that. Let's go to court and prove it." Fuck you. There's no way I'm copping a plea to R-ing a woman. Come on. How did he beat that? You should tell us who Jump Out Jamie is. Let's investigate the case of Jump Out Jamie. Why doesn't nobody investigate that Jump Out Jamie case, right? Right? Fucking people. People no good.
The people here that are citizens that don't know this.
Right, we're going to go listen to Fibby, but for 1 minute, I'm going to play, hold on 1 second. Just give me 1 second, folks. I want to play a quick thing on from the Watchers channel for a minute. But it just shows these passive-aggressive fucking clowns. Like, these dude's a fucking inmate. Only inmates would allow this shit. I don't see it no more. Where'd it go? It's not on your channel no more. I can't find it on her channel. Maybe it was on a short. I don't know. I don't think he's a base kitty. It's very hard to convict rapes unless 4% go to prison. There must have been overwhelming evidence on this guy, Jamie. Of course. You just don't, Donald, what's up? You just don't convict. You just don't convict. So someone just doesn't get thrown in jail for an innocent person. Right now, it happens on some levels. Yes. One out of very, very many. I'm trying to find this thing. I think she took it down from her channel, but it's basically that guy, Eric Force, and letting this guy come on there and call people rapos with a goofy grin on his face. Dude, you're a fucking straight punk inmate. That's what you are. Keep fucking around. I'm going to play all that fanboy shit and blaze you. You're a fucking lame. You're lame. What's up, Lisa? Base kitty. Most predators get away with it. Yes, you're right. Most predators do get away with it. Let's go to the Fibby stuff. I can't find that thing. I don't know what happened. Maybe she took it off the channel. Got away with it. Most predators, yes, they do. Lisa Marie, what's up? But anytime that guy talks shit to anybody, bring out Jump Out Jamie, right? Oh, we got to go to Fibby's thing. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I hate leaving you guys to look at this blank screen. But there's a new Fibby thing uploaded. Fibby's crimes as a child. Oh, this is going to be good. Hold on a second. Fibby's crimes as a child. Oh, this is classic. Maybe we should all do a deep dive into Jump Out Jamie. Everybody knows where Cocklos is from, right? I ducked myself. So what about Jump Out Jamie? You should explain Jump Out Jamie before you call anybody else a rapist or a child molester, right? What the fuck? But Jump Out Jamie's innocent, right? But a guy like me is guilty. Like you say that I raped my niece, raped my niece. My niece is on my channels. She's on my channel. You go see her, me and her in my kitchen, my mother's kitchen. I've showed many of your friends millions of pictures of me and my niece. It's ridiculous. They'll just say anything they don't like you. That's the difference between somebody like these fucking bums, white trash bums, and fucking Puerto Rican bums, whatever the fuck that guy is. Just bums.
Getting over it. And listen,
this is, look at him. It's the Good Son. The Good Son. Remember this movie? This is a sick movie. Macaulay Culkin killed some pit bull in it that I totally hated that part of the movie. Totally fucking hated that part of the movie where he killed the dog. That really upset me when he shot the dog with the screw. I don't know about you people. I was literally, oh, Doug, thanks, brother. That's my boy Doug right there. Shout out to the Canadians, man. I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Down Neck Pizzaverse? Is that really Down Neck? Good looking out, man. Just want to parade the bullshit regardless of the truth because they are mad at you and don't accept them butthurts. No, they don't get mad. They get mad because, like I said, they lost their integrity. They have no integrity. Everybody clowns them on here. They had to go hang with rapos and clowns and fanboy all over the place. These guys have no integrity. And I do. That's why even after 4 years of these guys slandering you, making up all kinds of lies, still stand here standing tall, smashing all of them with content. My content blows all you fucks away. I don't need to have 7 or 8 people on my stream to talk and fight and argue. I can just come up here and roast motherfuckers. You don't have that ability. That's why all of yous were my fanboys at one time. And to the people who ride with those fucks, fuck you.
I think getting over it, and listen, I could talk for myself, and this is probably putting myself out there a little bit more, but I'll give you a good example. When I was a kid, I stole something from a store, right?
Oh my God! Fibby's the beginning of it. He stole something from a store. Look, the crime of a fucking child. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. I don't think that's a bum. I mean, my name. Yeah, I don't know. I remember last time you were the Pizzaverse and something bad happened, but I'll talk to you in private about it.
A little bit more, but I'll give you a good example. When I was a kid, I stole something from a store, right?
Listen.
I was with this kid at a fucking, I don't know what it was. It's like a pharmacy little store. I stole a candy bar, sticking them in my pockets. I'm getting away with it. But I got greedy and I wanted 2 or 3 more. So I'm sticking.
Gluttony. How is this a life of crime, Fibby? Every little kid. I used to steal fucking G.I. Joes as a little kid. That's not a criminal career. I used to steal starting lineup baseball toys, basketball cards, right? Basketball cards as a 13, 14-year-old, 12-year-old, especially at 9 and 10. I used to shoplift toys and all kinds of shit as a little kid. That's not a criminal career. I'm not a criminal. Thank you for the Cash App. I'm not a criminal. I don't know how this makes you a criminal for stealing a candy bar.
Get 2 or 3 more, and I finally get caught. I was not content with 1 candy bar. I was content with like 20 of the fucking things.
So you're not content with 1 lie. You're content with 20 lies. Buddy Cianci was my mom's childhood high school sweetheart, and Buddy put the whoopee cushion under the fucking librarian's chair, and all the kids were laughing. Buddy was a prankster in school. Man, till you make up them lies, you are crazy. Hit the like button.
And I got busted. And the thing is I don't think I was necessarily scared they were going to call the cops because they said, we're going to call the police. You know how adults do. We're going to call the cops. You're going to go to the cop. You're going to go.
Yeah, they're trying to scare you. I got caught as a little kid stealing a Hershey bar one time on Chalkstone Avenue. The guy caught me. I was like an idiot. I was about 5 or 6 years old, right? I had, those little hoods. It's the wintertime. You got a little hood. So I stuck the Nestle, the Hershey bar in the hood. And as I'm walking out, the guy can see the Hershey bar hanging out of my hood. So he grabbed it and told me next time he'd call the cops on me and stuff like that, just to scare a little kid so they don't do it again.
The police station, you're fucked. That wasn't it. I was emboldened by that. I thought it was fucking funny because I got over on him. because she always saw me take 3. She didn't see the other 5 in my pocket. So all right, I'll take a little pinch here. This is at 10 years old, by the way. I'll take a pinch here for the 2.
I'll take a little pinch. What do they pinch you on your cheek? Like, oh, what a weird looking little boy. Stop stealing. So he's trying to talk like Goodfellas. I'm taking a pinch for a candy bar. Give me a break, dude. Give me a break.
But you don't know about the other 3. So my mother may beat my ass, but I'm going to have 5 more tonight.
What?
I think when you're.
But I thought you were heavily abused by your mom, and you were so scared of this woman who never really abused him. She was actually a good woman. I've talked to friends of his in Virginia Beach, and they said the mom was a nice lady.
It doesn't work right like that. Then you end up a criminal. I think that I did not have the. Some people call it the fear of God or whatever you want to call it. I don't have.
Yeah, I fear God. I fear God. You should fear God.
The fucking gene. I've never had that gene. I know.
Wait, he's never had the gene of fear in God? Let's run that back. Let me not stop it so much.
Never had that gene. I know the difference between right and wrong. I just chose most of my life to do the wrong thing because the wrong thing.
Thank you for the cash out. That's sweet of you. I know who you are. I don't want to drop names and stuff because when I drop the names of somebody who donates, you'll have these weirdo stalkers try to fuck with you and shit like that.
It was fun. The wrong thing was fun. It was fun. I think it's an adrenaline thing. Getting over on somebody. Listen,
wow.
Everybody listens to my show.
Now listen to this. Getting over on people is fun to him. What does he mean? Let's translate that. Getting over on all you people on YouTube, lying to you people is fun to him. He gets a thrill out of telling you people Buddy Cianci dated his mom, right? He gets a thrill out of telling Angel Gotti that Raymond Petrarca is his grandfather. He thinks by outsmarting people because he's hated people his whole life because people looked at him as fucking as Igor. So he's hated people his whole life. So he loves getting over on people with lies. And that's what he's basically saying right here. Watch.
Never had that gene. I know the difference between right and wrong. I just chose most of my life to do the wrong thing because the wrong thing was fun. The wrong thing was fun. It was fun. I think it's an adrenaline thing. Getting over on somebody. Listen, everybody listens to my show. And I'm not saying I'm like this today, but everybody that listens to my show, you've got.
Wait a minute, you're not like this today? What about getting shot 2 times? You said you were shot twice. Shot twice. Can you prove you were shot twice?
Over on somebody at least once in your life, and it felt good. You've gotten over once, be it a teacher, be it a classmate, be it a bully. You got over on somebody.
Wait. So being a bully and a class teacher, getting over on somebody is good. That makes a good feeling. This tells you, what does this tell you? Like, look beyond this. This tells you that he gets a great feeling out of lying to all you people. What's up, Teach? With the 3rd-degree burns. Yeah, that also, Wolf. He's got 3rd-degree burns all over his body, right? He's very strange, Angela. 3rd-degree burns all over his body. But yet in that picture, I'm going to show you the picture right after this with him and Fago hugging each other. You will see there's no burns on his legs or his arms. He's got shorts on. No bullet wounds or burns.
Be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever the fuck it is. That feeling that you get getting over on somebody.
Listen.
Take that times 10. And that's sort of.
Number one, I don't get over on people. And if I did get over on somebody, I wouldn't be proud of it. I'd be pretty ashamed of it. Right? Like, that's weird. What does that even mean? Lying to a bunch of people? What's up, Dominic? No relation to Jimmy Calandra. Many people have that last name.
With me, how I knew that, I put it this way. I remember a judge saying to my mother, this is 12 years old. I'm being arraigned for something
Now,
else.
listen, this is at 12 years old. He's being arraigned at 12 years old. Arraigned for what? Remember, 10, he was arrested, 11. This kid, according to him, he's got more charges than fucking Larry Hoover, Don Corleone, all put together.
I don't want to get into that, but
wait, what is
being
it?
arranged
Why don't you want to get into that? Right? Isn't that like the main part of the story? All these felonies and arrests?
Knew that. I put it this way. I remember a judge saying to my mother, this is 12 years old. I'm being arraigned for something else. I don't want to get into that, but I'm being arraigned for something else at 12 years old. Judge looks at my mother and says, send him to fucking military school. He's going to end up in prison. He's going to kill people. He's going to, you know, whatever.
Why would the judge say you're going to kill people? What kind of crime were you brought in for? Were you herding cats or squirrels or small animals? Were you pulling a Richard Gere and pounding gerbils in places? I don't get it. Why would he say you're going to kill people, Fibby? Can anybody help me on that? Of try to understand why in the world would a judge say this to his mother? I don't get that.
They were trying to say I had anti-authority personality, whatever the fuck it was. Turns out I was just a dumb young kid who just didn't give a fuck about what adults said. I believed what I believed, and
I know, Tim. Every show he's got something that he can't get into because he's fucking lying.
Is outspoken, so the judge says he's going to end up in prison. And what's so funny about all of that is that I remember.
But why did they call you a murderer? Why did he say you were going to be there for murder? Why would a judge say that? What could have you possibly done? What could the crime possibly be? Right? Seymour, you're a fucking parole officer. The burn victim won't get into that story because he hasn't fully created that lie yet. Exactly, Seymour. Exactly. You can't pull nothing over. You can't pull the wool over fucking Scagnetti's eyes.
For probably a decade.
What's up, Bass Kitty?
Go. You know, my mother saying to me, she said, you never ended up in prison. I was like, yeah, well, you know, the things you don't know about, you know, and that's the whole thing, you know, I think that there's just, and I'm not trying to go on and on and on about it, but I think that there's a, I don't want to say a personality defect, but people that get over on other people that enjoy it typically end up doing that kind of stuff. And I can't be specific. I can't be specific. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a fucking.
Why can't he be Pacific? What is this even? He is just drunk as a skunk, rambling. He is the future mafia boss, and the judge knew this. Yes, the judge knew it. Oh my God. Yeah, 11 years. Oh man, then you must have heard some whoppers. We've heard some whoppers on here. Whoppers.
I can just tell you what it did for me. I enjoyed getting over on people. I didn't enjoy lying.
And he still does enjoy getting over on people with these lies. He did it to Jacob Stooks. Howdy doody, Dobie fucking Gillis. He got over on Dobie Gillis.
With getting over on people. I didn't enjoy lying to people, hurting people.
But you did admit lying, right? Do you feel bad lying to your chat and all your friends on here? Did you feel bad lying to emergency contact, telling you were Raymond Petriarca's grandson, right? Did you feel bad about that? Why don't you ever say sorry about that? These guys like him is like Don Q. They can never admit their lies. Sort of like Trambo, can't admit their lies. And Suckering Succotash also. Jump out, Jamie, you're the one. Jumping out of the bushes, not making so much fun. Traumatizing women at 21. Jump out, Jamie, you're the one.
I enjoyed knowing, fuck you, I won at the end of the day, doesn't matter. And I think that goes back to like other issues and stuff like that. So, like I said, I can't really be totally specific on why people do it, but that's
do what? What is he talking about? Let's run that back.
I want to say a personality defect, but people that get over on other people that enjoy it typically end up doing that kind of stuff. And I can't be specific. I can't be specific. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a fucking shrink. I can just tell you what it did for me. I enjoyed getting over on people. I didn't enjoy lying to people, hurting people.
Yes, you did.
But I enjoyed knowing.
He never hurt nobody, but maybe a few like old ladies' feelings on here. And then said sorry, but getting over on people means lying to you dummies because he thinks you're all dummies. He's smarter than the whole internet. Nobody is. Nobody's on here. I can't come in. How many people in here? 101 people. There's no way I can outsmart all these 101 people and tell lies on here without getting called out, man. Top Cutter, what's up, man? I've been doing good, Top Cutter. I worked last night. I had to go to sleep for a little while today. Woke up, took the dog out again. Seen my mother for a little bit.
Fuck you, I won at the end of the day, doesn't matter.
Hey, Watcher, where's that last video you put up with where Suckering Succotash and that other fucking fool are up there calling me a fucking rapist and a rat? All lies. Is that on your channel? I just went to look for it. Oh, you have it unlisted? Can you make it unlisted or relisted? I just want to play the first part where they're slandering me. Because I just played the Jump Out Jamie thing. Agnostic, what's up? I never met weirdos like this. And sheep, too. Anybody who believes that liar, you are a fucking sheep. Even his best friend on here, the lady Maureen. I have a video of her yelling at, well, not yelling, but telling Chris Casparosa, dude, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that to people, calling people child molesters. That's fucking wrong. People are fucking weirdos. And once again, I'll say it for the last time, my niece is on my channel, dude. What are you, fucking stupid? These are a bunch of deviant perverts. That's what you are. She's on my channel. I've sent 1 million women in this thing and all these people, so many of my friends on here, pictures of all of us together. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So you remind me of those commies. Show me the man and I'll show you the crime. That's the difference between me and you fucks. I have integrity. Even if I don't like you, I won't make lies up on you like shit like that.
And I think that goes back to like other issues and stuff like that. So like I said,
Hold on, you dropped it in the chat. All right, thank you. After the Fibby thing, we'll listen to a minute. Then I'm going to go back to Jump Out Jamie. And hold on a second. Let's finish Fibby's career of crime. Fibbins, the crimester.
I can't really be totally specific on why people do it, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not Dr. Phil, nor would I ever go on that baldy-headed fucker.
All right. Dr. Phil would not have you on his show, number one. Dr. Phil would not have you on his show, number one. All right, I want to show you this for a minute. Look at Carly on all fours. Look at him on all fours. Now, listen to this. This guy always has to bring me in it. He is so butthurt. He is so butthurt that I blazed him and made him look like a fool on here. He is so butthurt that he's a failed content creator. He must go hijack all these weaker men and fucking secret haters fucking live streams. That's what they fucking do. Listen.
I want to talk about the subject at hand.
Now, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about with all this stuff. I just going to comment on the part where they talk about me. Listen.
I got you know, but see, I just wanted to make a point. They're all in the chat talking about
fish, pedophile and a fucking Nazi, fucking
and everything that's going.
Lady, I'm not a pedophile or a Nazi, right? Why don't you go do your research before you say that? I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are, but that's a fucking lie.
And they documented paperwork that he's a pedo, and none of them got nothing to say.
He's saying there's documented paperwork that I'm a pedo and a rat. Well, that's not true. And this guy, you are an inmate, dude. You're not a convict. I know convicts. I grew up with convicts. I brought fucking 3 convicts on Angel Gotti's show. Dudes who did 48, 38 years in prison. They don't act like this. They would never let motherfuckers slander people on their channels. You are a fucking weird couch surfing dude.
Bunch of fucking bozos. Go fucking clean up
your. How loud he is, screaming loud. And lady, don't be a puppet, right? Don't be a puppet and just start calling people things like that. You're stupid.
Own backyard. Y'all support a neo-Nazi informant pedo, and that's a fucking fact, you fucking bozos.
How is that a fact? And if anybody's in that chat from my chat, you should speak the fuck up. How is that a fact? And this guy right here, passive, this guy was doing the same thing 2 years ago, calling me a pedophile, a rat, all this dumb shit. And then the last few months, he leaves comments on my channel. I never get back to him. He leaves comments like, I'm going to be your friend. Dude, you're a fucking clown. You're a fanboy. You're a couch surfing fucking weirdo. And you let this shit happen up here because you're a cunt. This is what fucking punk-ass inmates do. Fucking goofball, man. You're a fucking goofy fucking and you look as dusty as all fucking hell up there, dude.
Why did that bitch get down when we came up? Why'd she come down when we came up?
I took her down, and I didn't take her down for. Listen,
it's like the gossip column. Like, can any of you do a show without having 70 people on your channel just come up and lie? And these are a bunch of sheep. What a bunch of sheep. And just because he doesn't like me, because I either won't be his friend, or I don't know why he doesn't like me. I never did nothing to this goofy motherfucker. This fucking one-time wigger, next time want to be fucking Italian, went fucking 4 states over to fucking fanboy for a cheesesteak. Maybe I'll play that video this week because this is all passive aggressive shit. No real man would let anybody come up there and say that. I wouldn't let somebody come up there and say that about him, right? And I don't even like the guy. I would not let people come up here and call anybody a rapo or an informant without proof. These guys are just fucking liars and sheep.
I didn't take her down because I'm mad at her or nothing like that, but
So fuck if you're mad at her or not. Fuck her. I'm mad at her. I don't fucking like her.
You asked what happened, and I'm
all right. That's the last they talked about. So that's the only part I wanted to play. Now go. Like I said, this guy will call me a child molester, an informant. What the fuck? Like, but what about JumpOutJamie? Like my niece is on my channel, man. My young family members are on my channel. Where's JumpOutJamie? Where's JumpOutJamie? No word of JumpOut. Just a bunch of fucking losers. People with no integrity, flip-floppers. One day they want to blow John Gotti Jr. The next they want to give fellatio to fucking the skinny guy with a cheesesteak. Fucking clowns. Everyone on here knows that scum of the earth lies. Yeah, I know, but if you're in chats like that, you got to say something because other people just come around won't know. You got to say something. If not, you're just as bad as them supporting channels like that. Dude's a fucking crumb bum. All those guys are crumb bums. They've been on my dick for 4 years on here. Why? Because they can't do it. Uncle MRE does. They don't have the skills to do it. That's why they were all my fans at the time. Let's go back to the JumpOutJamie again. Let's everybody see what JumpOutJamie. Hold on a second. Take Fibby's. We're going to go to the other one. Bear with me for a second. JumpOutJamie. What a fucking idiot. So when he says that, why didn't that guy be like, hey, what about JumpOutJamie? Because he's a secret hater. He just don't like you. I remember that guy going on Angel Gotti's channel and going on there asking, like, drilling her about me and her daughter's relationship many times. It was fucking weird. I could have replayed that and blasted them, but I was like, just fucking weird. Always been obsessed with me for some fucking weird reason. Didn't even know who the fuck this guy was or care. Makes no sense. Well, let's go to JumpOutJamie again. Let's tell me if you can see that on the screen. Why don't nobody question this guy, right? Why don't they question him and being JumpOutJamie? Yeah, and like I said, you people stay quiet and listen to that shit and promote this shit and donate to that. You people are fucking just as bad as these fucks. Because if any of you remember my channel from day one, nobody comes on here with that shit. And out of that, Carlos, one of your biggest friends on here, Maureen, I have a video of her clearly telling Casbo he shouldn't have made that lie up. That's not good to put up. She was yelling at him arguing with him for and say that wasn't cool. But then she had to back off because Casbo would have doxed her. So she had to back off. So, Carly, you're a fucking weird Let's talk about JumpOutJamie and how you backed the Ripper. A man who came on here, right? Came on here, said he was going to R Josie, Angela, every woman on here he threatened to R and grape. But he told Carly the whole story. Carly was cool with him doing that to a woman. He's also cool with his boy JumpOutJamie. Who is JumpOutJamie? Maybe we should do some investigations with JumpOutJamie, right?
I had a conversation with that man. We talked and we built a rapport with things. I'm not okay with it.
He is talking about the Ripper right here. This is talking about his Ripper friend.
I was never okay. I wasn't, and he knows this. This is something I told him. I wasn't even okay when he would brag about.
I think they're jealous of you, principled person. May Queen, that's exactly correct. They don't like principled people and people with integrity. People who came on here and stuck to their guns since day one, not flip-flopped and forgave people for fucking with their families or other people's families. I don't like people that fuck with people's families at all. I never allowed that shit. Even when that ugly bastard Force got arrested, people were like, oh, post this or that. I'm not happy that people get arrested. I'm not down for that shit. I wasn't happy for that. Or people torturing his kids, and he went and befriended these people. That guy is the biggest flip-flop around here. You better hope I don't do that fanboy thing, and you don't even know what a lot of those people thought of you. I'll play the videos. Fucking goof.
About doing what he did on his show. But at the end of the day, that's how he gets down. I could just deal with the person that
John Gary, you said you hit the nail on the head. Look what John said right there. John said, Emery, if you reached out to Force in the morning, he'd be your best friend. He's been leaving comments on my channels. on my videos and stuff. I don't get back to him. He just like comments on the video. He doesn't say nothing nasty, He just comments on the video because he thinks I'm going to comment back to him and we're going to be best friends in the morning. I don't know. Since he doesn't get that, he lets people come on here and do shit like that. That's why you're not a stand-up dude on any kind of level. I don't care if you're talking about street gangs, fucking Russian gangsters, whatever the fuck you fairy boys want to think of. Nobody would let somebody come up and do that shit because it's fucking wrong. And it's a lie, but he'll say it as a fact, and you'll sit there with a little cunty, passive-aggressive smirk on your face as you're couch surfing at mommy's house, doing the Kokomo. Beach boy.
I know. He explained that situation to me, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to hold that against you. You did your time. He paid his fucking price.
All right, so in Carly's world, you can grape, you can hurt women, you can make them forcibly give you fellatio, stick fingers in them, all the shitty stuff that guy did, his friend, that his boy did. Now he hates him. He stuck up for him. How do you hate the Ripper? How do you call him a grapo now? How? He explained the whole story to you, and you were cool with it until you weren't cool with it. See, you can't even talk about the Ripper, Carly. You look like an idiot talking shit about the Ripper. That was your boy. That was your road dog.
His debt to society. And it's real simple. But here's another thing that I go back to. All these people in this community give so much energy to these cowards that live behind the avatar.
And who does that? You do, hypocrite. You give all the energy to people. Number one, YouTube gives you the option. YouTube has always given you the option to use your avatar as a fucking a name like fucking Buffalo Bills or New York Yankees or Boston Red Sox, or you can put your real name. Now, why does he want you to put his real name? Because what happened to him with the Ripper? The Ripper tortured his family, and then he became friends with him again. They want to torture your families. That's why people like this always lose. And he's a hypocrite. How many people come on his channel who don't show their face? Does he give them that kind of bullshit? Right? When your friends are on there not showing their faces, do you give them that kind of shit?
Tell you what. If Tony Soflo would have came into this community hiding behind an avatar with some fucking made up name, what would y'all have to say about his goddamn charges? Y'all wouldn't have shit to say.
Well, obviously, Brainiac Einstein, they wouldn't know who he was, Einstein. Boy, you are a low IQ person, and you're just not a good person. You're just not a good person. We've seen you flip-flop on every major principle you had. He comes off as he's a street guy from the boogie down Bronx, and he has street code and all this shit. He has nothing of the sort. He hangs out with rapos. He's advocating for JumpOutJamie. We should know about JumpOutJamie. We should check all the people who were arrested for graping people, right? Graping people down in Florida, and you'll find JumpOutJamie. People should find out who JumpOutJamie is. People like this are fucking low lives. They have nothing better to do. Their whole life revolves around you. His whole life revolves around YouTube. These chats. That's why every time he gets kicked out of the Rippers, he goes to somebody else's. He can't come here. I don't play that shit over here. I'm one of the only channels on here, and there's a couple others who don't play that shit. Once you fuck around and deal with animals who fuck with dead kids and dox people's dead sisters and call people pedos and shit. It's fucking ridiculous.
He doxed himself. He's out there. We doxed ourselves. Stop worrying about the people who are
we're
out.
Heroes. We doxed ourselves. Try to find out who the other people are and dox them. He's an OG doxer.
Out there and focus on the clowns who talk about people all day but live behind avatars. Has nobody?
What's the difference between somebody living behind an avatar talking about people all day, or then somebody like you who shows their face talking about people all day on all these channels? What's the difference? What's the difference? Oh, because you can't get their mom's number and their kids' numbers and dox their kids? Fucking goof. Hypocrite. Can't stand on shit.
Learn, I'll put another spin on it, and this is from personal experience.
This is from personal experience. Listen very carefully. JumpOutJamie right here. And on any of you people interested about who JumpOutJamie is, I know I am. I don't know if he was slandering you people or your children or one of your male family members or your brother, would you want to know who JumpOutJamie is? I do.
I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox, my man Jamie. Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9-to-5 type of dude. He was not a street person.
What's that have to do with anything? You grape a girl, you grape a girl. Any rapist, anybody with sexual charges on their record is a fucking scumbag you should stay away from. If you got sex charges of raping women and shit like that, you're a scumbag. But he wants to tell you that JumpOutJamie's innocent. He's innocent, JumpOutJamie, but other people are guilty. How am I guilty of molestation and ratting on people? How? I believe the kids, Carly. Do you believe the kids? Because my niece has always stuck up for me. She's been on my channel. There's women in this chat, I ain't going to say their names, but who I've showed pictures of me and my family, too. You're ridiculous. But JumpOutJamie's guilty, though, right? Do you see what morons you look like?
Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent.
No, he didn't have to. JumpOutJamie could have fought that. He chose to do it. Why? Because most likely he did it. You got convicted by 12 jurors. The judge, he took the plea. He took a fucking plea. Like I said, as a man, never in my life was I ever accused of hurting any children or any women in my life. Now, if you're going to talk about my brother's ex-wife at a fucking family court thing, that my niece says, no, my mother's a fucking liar, and everybody's laughed at her, and she's apologized to me. These are fucking weirdos. Just hate Uncle MRE that bad, huh? You don't like people with integrity, huh? Nope. Because you blew your whole street persona up. You blew that up a long time ago. And right here doesn't help you neither, JumpOutJamie. Would you stick up for JumpOutJamie? Will you stick up for him next time you're on stream? You want to talk about rapos and stuff? Will you bring out the JumpOutJamie thing? Or will anybody have any integrity and bring out the JumpOutJamie thing to him?
Person for those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you, to most of the people here that are citizens that don't know this.
Citizens? What does it have to do? See, I don't care if you're he calls street people gangs. You could be anybody. If a guy pleads out to grape, shit, most likely he did it. Nobody's gonna take the plea. Nobody's Zio Lesso, my bro, the pride of Golden Gloves of Silver Lake, man. Silver Lake. He'll buck it down quick. That's what you should bring to him. You're like, wait a minute. How is MRE guilty for facts, as you say, facts and lie to people, but JumpOutJamie's not, right? Never once in my life has a cop came up to me and arrested me or anything like that for any kid shit. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. Totally ridiculous. You just lie because you don't like that I beat you up on here verbally. No doxing, like you and your friends dox my family. Put up my little nieces and all that shit. You fucking bums.
There's nothing worse. You can be a rat. There's nothing worse than you entering a prison as a child molester or as a woman abuser.
Then why did JumpOutJamie take the plea? Why did JumpOutJamie take that plea then? Once again, I can ask all the men in here, if a woman accused you of R-ing her and you know you did not do that, are you taking that plea? Are you taking that fucking plea? Are you taking 8 years? Hell no. Never. I'm going to die on that stand defending myself. I'm going to take that shit to trial.
And this is from personal experience. I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox, my man Jamie. Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9-to-5 type of dude. He was not a street person. Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. I'll put another spin on it. And this is from...
This is amazing. He had to eat the charges. No, you didn't have to eat it. Jamie chose to plea out. Why? Because Jamie didn't want to probably get 100 years in prison, so he took the 8-year plea. Is JumpOutJamie free right now? Can we find out who JumpOutJamie is? You're not scared of the dark. I'll show myself, my crew, my neighborhood. Sucker and succotash. Sucker and succotash. Shout out to fucking Fumble Nut. Sucker and succotash. What's up to the moms in the chat? Heather, hope you had a great Mother's Day. Tamis, Mother's Day. Base Kitty, Sharon, all the people in here, Kelly. Hope all you moms had a great Mother's Day. WOC, who else is in here? Hey, teacher, Heather, all the moms. And if all the moms in heaven, your mother's looking down on you. Happy Mother's Day to Bella and everybody else in here. Trizzle, what's up, man? I knew I heard you. Yeah, my voice. But listen to Mr. Street right here, who remember started with he hated all rats. He wouldn't even go on stream with rats. But now 2 or 3 rats are okay. That means you don't stand on that principle, right? You don't stand on that. You stand on nothing. We've seen you flip-flop all around, right?
Been on it. And this is from personal experience. I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox, my man Jamie. Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9-to-5 type of dude. He was not a street person. Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out.
How's he innocent? You should try. You should come out and prove Jump Out Jamie's innocence. Like I said, there's no dude and no guy in this world is going to cop out and take a plea to an R charge if they did not do it. If they did not do it, they're not doing that. He started GoFundMe with the teeth. He's a weirdo, dude. There's a lot about Carlos hanging with these beasts. Yes, John. Not only that, as he hung with Jump Out Jamie in real life, he's hung out with the Ripper, who's doxed his sister 1,000,000 times, and nephews and nieces, and he went back and kissed the Ripper's ass. He's doxed Common Simp before. I went undercover. He went undercover. He calls me a racist, right? But he went undercover and called Josie every filthy name you could call a black woman. He called her all kinds of names. Why his friend was calling her a rape, a grapist, all this creepy shit on these women, man. All these creepy shit on these women. This guy's a fucking joke. Fumble Nuts blazed him pretty good a few months ago in the video. He's seen all the videos. I defended Marie. He says when he used to kiss our ass. But then we didn't share his channel. That's what happened. I didn't share his channel because Angel was going live every night, where he had a point, right? Angel goes live every night, but who cares? Fucking stream cucka. Who gives a fuck, right? But he had a point with that. But he took it out on everybody for that he thought was the we push back then, right? And since I didn't come on his channel more than 3 times, and I shared his channel 100 times, but I didn't share it the 101st time, and that's when you turn on people. This guy's just a total clown. One of the biggest clowns on here, clowned in every fucking, even the rats community clowns him. Oh, half of the rat community. Of course, Carly was friends with a guy named Jamie. Best friends with Sug. I'm noticing some red flags here. Should I say rainbow flags? Well, he said he was a male stripper before. So usually dudes who were male strippers, not all of them, right? But at least 80% of them are fanooks, right? Shaking their little asses and little G-strings and shit. That's some real fanook activity. I'm not saying all of them are, but I suspect this guy might be. Even though he has a huge love for the women in the chats, he falls in love with women. That's why he talks shit about NB. He used to love her. Roses, flowers, all the girls. Watch him simp in the chat. But this is one of the simps who never pulls a girlfriend on here, but what hopes to. No loyalty whatsoever, Teach. Most of these people are like that. There's a very few who are loyal. The rest just want to steal subs off of people. Weird shit like that. Your typical fucking trying to step on somebody's head.
Now, I'll put it to you, to most of the people here that are citizens that don't know this friend, and she was in love with him. And Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9-to-5 type of dude. He was not a street person. Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you, to most of the people here that are citizens that don't know this. There's nothing.
We're going to go to some more hypocrisy from this idiot. Let's listen to the rest. Where he says, nothing worse, and I agree. There's nothing worse to go to jail as. And why would Jump Out Jamie want to go do time as a rapo? Why didn't he fight his case? Why did he take it to trial if he's innocent? If Jump Out Jamie is innocent, like you proclaim, Why didn't he take that to trial?
Nothing worse. You can be a rat. There's nothing worse than you.
No, rat's bad too, but there's nothing worse than sexual crimes. And it seems like a lot of your friends have, and a lot of the guys you hang out on the internet with have threatened to grape women, right? From Tig threatening to grape women, from Harambe and the Stone Sailor. Everybody's loving around, dissing and attacking women and saying they should be raped, and that's okay with you.
Entering a prison as a child molester or as a woman abuser. There's a few things going to happen to you. You're going to get your butt ran in. You're going to get cut.
Thank you, John. No innocent man would plead to 8 years. That's ridiculous. Hell no. Hell no. Who would? Just some girl, some sick woman, and there are women who make up lies, don't get me wrong, but usually they're laughed at in court. For instance, when my brother's ex-wife said that I fucking hurt my niece, right? They laughed at that. My niece said, that never happened. My mother's a liar. And everybody laughed at that. So people do lie. But Jamie's case, he was actually arrested and charged with something and took him to court. Totally fucking weird.
But yeah, people, I know this.
Now, you're going to show you the hypocrisy of this clown. This is when he loved me.
Like I heard them say it today.
And this is when he didn't like informants. This guy called me up one time. Don't ask me how he got my number. I got a phone call one time. What's up, Sammy? This guy called me. I get the phone. Ring, ring. I'm like, hello. Maurice! It's me. It's me. Scoliosis. I'm like, oh, well, all right. Well, what's up? What are you doing, Maurice? This is my number, shows. I love you. You're funny. I got your back, Maurice. And I guess when you don't call them back and keep that weird thing, like if you don't call them back and reciprocate the goofy friendship or the fake friendship, they turn on you. Weird shit. But let's listen when he loved Uncle MRA. You're the funniest man ever. MRA's got integrity.
This is all entertainment. Yeah, it is. But it does. There's even.
And I also want you to notice. I want you to look in the eyes. Look what a handsome fellow, and look how all there he is. He's all there. There's nothing wrong with him. How dare you say he has a mental illness? He does not. He's a very fine, handsome fellow with integrity.
In here entertaining, we all have views and principles and codes that we live by. And I'm not sacrificing my code for subscribers, for views, for likes, for super chats. But I feel.
Then why did you? Why did you? Your code was you hated rats. You hated them more than MRE even, he said. I hate them more than MRE. I hate them. They're the worst. They put my friends and family away. But everything's changed now because you got your favorite little rats, Howie and all other stool pigeons.
A certain way, that's how I feel. You know, I don't deal with rats. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I can't stand rats. And 15, 20 minutes later, I'm out there smiling, praising another one. And yet I'm knocking somebody else. In the meantime, bragging about doxing somebody.
Yes, he's bragging. I got another video on here where he says he's got no problem with doxing people. If they don't show their face, we'll listen to that one. Look at this guy. Look at this fucking clown. All he is a loud, ignorant, arrogant liar. And he will lie and everything. You remember when he joined Suggs that night? What the first thing he did? He tried to help Sugg lie. He's like, yo, you got that from the 40-year-old version. And Sugg's like, no, I didn't. And Carly was like, oh, I'm trying to lie for you. He's called the phone boners. I call them the phone boys. They all sit on the phone and plan people's, hey, we're all going to call this guy a rat on Wednesday. We're going to call this guy a rapo on Thursday. That's what they do. If you don't believe me, go check out my video on my videos where him and Lefty did a 2-hour conversation of how they were going to frame me as an informant. Let's get back to Carly and his integrity.
Well, you clowns, look at yourself. Or you start looking at others. That's how I feel. You know, my code for subscribers, for views, for likes, for super chats. If I feel a certain way, that's how I feel. You know, I don't deal with rats. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I can't stand rats. And 15, 20 minutes later, I'm out there smiling, praising another one. And yet I'm knocking somebody else. In the meantime, bragging about doxing somebody. It's comical.
Wow, the hypocrisy from this guy is just outlandish.
You clowns, look at yourself. Or you start looking at others. Look at yourself. You're not gonna say names. I'm not giving you clowns energy. Y'all more or less know who y'all are.
He's talking about the Ripper and them. This is when he loved me back in the day when he thought MRE was going to help his shit channel. He's a terrible content creator. Nobody respects him or likes him. He thought I was going to help him become a superstar.
That bullshit. Y'all convicted that man without any goddamn.
Yes, Heather. Heather just says, doesn't he panel with a rat with a bunch of them? He goes on Soy Boy's channel. He loves Howie, and I forget the other informant, Dominic Sicali, and another one. There's a few informants that, rats that he says are good rats, which he's telling you right now, you're a clown if you look that. If you do that shit, you're a clown. So he's actually making fun of himself in the future right now, which is glorious. The hypocrisy. No integrity.
Without any proof, because of some body markings. You know, check yourself with that nonsense.
Yeah, what he said, no proof, but some body markings. Because I have World War II tattoos on me. I have Hitler on one arm, and right above, under him, I got General Patton. Okay, I'm a history fucking nut. That doesn't make me a neo-Nazi, or maybe to some of you people it does, if you're that fucking weird. Look at him.
This nonsense. He's going at Emery about a particular despicable woman who's done some foul stuff, and he's going at him about that particular woman, and then goes back and says he can't stand Josie. So it's okay because you don't like Josie. It's fine. You won't speak up on it. You won't get.
He's sticking up for Josie there, and then like 2 months later, he goes and calls her every filthy word you can call a half black woman. Called her all kinds of filthy racial epithets.
Mad at somebody going at Josie, but yet you want to go get mad at this content creator.
Look, nobody's home. Look at that 1,000-yard stare. If you want to see the peak of if somebody, and God bless mentally ill people, right? But the peak of mental illness, you can just look at the way they act, how they scream, spit, try to control other weaker men's channels, and then how they talk. Look at the stare, the 1,000-yard stare.
It's ridiculous. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. You're going to be mad across the board. I'll say it here. At no time am I cool with any of that, going at any woman or any of that stuff.
Look at
but
this.
You know what? If
at any woman, we've heard him how many times after this? This was 4/27/22. I've heard him threaten women's lives on here. All kinds of shit. He loves attacking women. It's natural to him, right? It's natural to guys like this. I don't know why. Could it be a bad mom? Could it be a girlfriend that fucked them over? I don't know. But they're so easily to attack the women. It's just like cowardly.
That's going to be your message. Keep it consistent across the board. Don't say it's
great. What is that? Keep it consistent across the board, Carly. Keep it consistent.
It'd be your message. Keep it.
And it's sort of like if you say you hate all rats, he stood on this his whole life in the boogie down Bronx, and he's a gangster. Then why are you friends with all those rats now? You went back on a serious fucking fundamental principle that you said you grew up with. Right? What's up, Magooch?
Consistent across the board. Don't say it's wrong. It's wrong to go at women and then sit there and put up a guest. That's all that person does.
What's he talking about?
It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic.
Hypocrisy. Yeah. And look at all these empty cologne bottles and shit.
But you know what? You get the fanatical supporters. And I say
and he's one of them. He is projecting right here the fanatical supporters. People are willing to look up your family members on Facebook, willing to dox them, willing to fucking lie on people and slander. This guy is the biggest clown on here. And shame on you fucking punks who platform this guy to say this shit. You're punks. And anybody supporting them are punks too.
Or fanatical supporters. Because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, what that person does or says, they're not going to see it. They're going to ride with him and ride with him and ride with him.
Like you rode with JumpOutJamie? Like you rode with JumpOutJamie and the Ripper? But now you don't ride with the Ripper. You just said in that video, other video that the Ripper explained all the charges to you. And you understood it. So why are you calling him a Ripper right now? You shouldn't be calling that man a Ripper at all. Right? Because you understand the charges. It happened to JumpOutJamie. He explained he did his time. So it's okay if you go hurt women, sexually hurt women. Long as you do your time, you're okay with Carly.
And then ride with other people that they don't like because it just so happens like they hate them one day. But my master over here is cool with this guy now, so let me go over here with this guy. Come on.
Isn't that projection right there? Isn't that a key prime of projection?
Man, check yourself. That fake ass shit.
Look at him, no cigarettes on. Look at these little earrings. Oh, he's got a little fucking brass flower in his ear.
Be consistent in who you are.
Be consistent in who you are. Yes, be consistent. Unlike how you have not been consistent on here. All you have done is fucking walked back everything you said you believed in. You just lie and fucking slander people.
To those the naysayers that want to comment, you can say whatever you want. Make fun of my teeth. That's what you got. I'm not no flip flopper. I'm not no Benedict Arnold.
Oh, yes, he is. You are the biggest flip flopper in this genre, and everyone knows it. You can go see everybody called him a flip flopper over the few years because he is. Nobody flops like this guy.
With a buck, and I stand on mine, and I've been consistent. And there's a few, as many here that have been with me through this journey that can verify that.
How about now, Carly? How would that go now? Remember, this was 22. And 26, you're pro rat. You love the rats. You love doxing. Look at
Ben Larson, what's up, buddy?
He's not all there.
Yep. That's definitely no flip flopping over here.
Say everybody has their own opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own opinion, but you should respect the opinions of others also. We can't go with what you just say and that's it. That's not the way it flows, man.
Yeah, Cuban B, well said. He basically blamed MRE because his channel failed miserably. Yes, he thought I was supposed to share every channel and every video I was supposed to share. Man, be happy I share 1 or 2 of your videos, dude. I came on his channel 2 or 3 times, but that wasn't enough.
Exactly. Like I don't want to tell nobody who to visit or whatever. Look at Michael Moormill. Michael Moormill was a subscriber who had a wrench in Peace's chat. Yeah. He came here.
Now, right here, he's telling people, he doesn't tell people where to go, but how many people does he block and did he block in what's his name, Suggs chat? How many people did he block that he didn't like? This guy's he's got low impulse control and low IQ.
He was a gentleman and he tripped us out because we said, this guy seems like he's on the ball. How could you go support somebody like that? Did we tell him, get out of here, do none of that stuff? No. We told him, stay in the chat and maybe somewhere down the line eventually see like me. I've seen it. We've conversated about this, Nelson. Before I distance myself from people, we knew almost a month ahead.
Look at his eyes. This dude's out of his mind. This is his whole world. If everybody kicked him out of the chats, he would go insane. This is his social life. And that's what most people do, get bounced out of one little community, and then they totally flip-flop, and that person's this, that's where that. It's just fucking cringe. They have no social lives.
Time where I was going, what was my stages? And it took one incident to finally push it that way. Like I always say, I always got a meter that's at 100. And you do certain things. I'm not going to eliminate you on one strike. You go from 90 to 95.
Wait, you go to 90 to 95? What's he talking about? Jump out Jamie coming out of the bushes, running?
To 85 to 80. When you hit 65, which is almost basically failing, that's when I cut you off.
All right, and so when you're at 90, you're okay. 95. When you hit 65, that's when he flip-flops. Fang, sucker, and succotash.
I've done it with a few, and I've done it with a few content creators. And that was just my personal choice. It had nothing to do with leaving them to promote a channel or that's people having a big ass head thinking more of themselves than they are.
Wow, this guy's nuts.
It's not why I did that. At the end of the day, all this drama, it gets to be tiring. And I know it's entertaining. You got people
Let me just say the drama is tiring. This is in 2022. Like I said, this guy or any of his malcontent friends, they can't do any kind of show in case they got 5 or 6 people on stream lying about other people.
They pay for it all day just to have that drama because it fills some inner void in them and it gives them some kind of enjoyment.
Projection, it fills a void for him and it gives him some fulfillment in his life. What we don't know.
If it didn't, there wouldn't be Jerry Springer. It wouldn't be all these shows that everybody watched. But that same thing with the magazines. You couldn't go into a supermarket without seeing the Inquirer, without seeing all this stuff. People like that gossip. They like the drama, But that's not what we do here. If that's your platform and that's what you choose to do, that's fine.
The hell's he talking about?
But don't be hypocritical.
I don't even know what he's talking about right there. And there's a better one on this channel. What a weirdo. The heart-to-heart conversation between them. Let's see this one.
or the maturity level to accept that. That, you know, I've
somebody's heart.
Yes. Like there's times where I'll say, all right, I will say yam sometimes, but that doesn't always mean derogatory, you know, like me and my friends of color. Yeah, I come from an Italian area. Sometimes I say yam and titsune and stuff, but that's not that's me on here talking. That's not me slandering people or calling people that in real life or trying to insult people. This is not the video I want. This is what me and him and JTP, him sticking up. He doesn't want you to see this video. You should go check this out. I want the one where he said he's happy about doxing. I think this is the one right here.
I stopped worrying about what people think a long time ago. If you worry about what people think or how people are going to perceive you and all that stuff, you already lost. You already lost. All you got to be yourself. Just be yourself, be consistent, and if you're wrong, admit you're wrong and keep it moving. You know?
That's it. That's it. And Mike does that. He follows that. He's just, you know, they can say whatever they want to say, but the dude's been the same from day one. You know what I mean? So
he's been on skin to come out and admit that. But the majority of the ones, even the ones that won't lie, won't admit that. There's a lot of stuff that we keep inside ourselves, that situations that ain't for everybody, you know. But I always respect that. And
I don't know if it's because I'm jaded this shit, bro. I've seen a lot, bro. I've seen bodies dropped in front of me. I've been through a lot in life. And when he said that.
Wow, he's seen bodies. This guy's another bullshit. He's seen bodies drop in front of him. Fucking liar.
I heard it. I was like, the fucking guy just said a fucking tranny blew him and it was an accident. Right. So it registered to me and I go, fuck, that's shitty. But I kept it pushing. So for me personally, the individual I trip out if somebody's, you know, harping on shit day after day. Like, bro, get over it. The fucking guy, it was a mistake. It happened and that's that. You know, what's the fucking big deal? I mean, to me, it's like, fuck, I mean, that's a huge mistake, but, you know, to keep...
Your channel came down, whether because it was a mistake by you or whatever the reason it was pulled down. That would set anybody off.
I'm trying to get to the doxing part where he says anybody who doesn't show their face deserves to be doxed. And this is after he said he don't believe in that.
That happened to FBS. FBS would have been doing the same thing. And, you know, and I knew when Mike said what he said, like, I was my issue and then go at each other every goddamn day. That's fine.
Look at this gossiping fucking hen house. Gossiping.
Available for, you know what I mean? But I know Mike, you know what I mean? I talked to Mike and I know the guy. And I have no doubt in my mind at some point the guy's going to apologize because I know him. You know, think about it. If he already hasn't.
If he hasn't already, he eventually will. And
what's up, crazy brat? He takes this. Yes, Tamas. He takes it. This is his life. There's a few people like Carly like that, where this is their social life. Devil Salerno, my bro. What's up? Facts over feelings. What's up?
You speak for this because I've seen FBS do the same thing. I've seen FBS say, you know what? This is between us. We can leave it between us and we don't involve family and kids and we just do it. And that's how it should be. Two grown men just going at each other. That's it. That's what they like.
Yep.
That's what
me personally, somebody, like you said, man, some of these dudes.
Mind you, after this, he was on the Rippers channel, putting up dead families, fucking all that shit. Putting up people's doxing people, the whole nine. He admits he likes doxing in here.
Love that shit, right? They love drama. They love talking shit. That's the fucking thing to get off on that shit, right? Me personally, the dude I am, I don't want to, I'm over it within a day or two, you know what I mean? But like I said, everybody's different. Me, bro, I don't want to be bothered with that with chicken shit, you know? But like I said, it gives us something to watch first off, and just some dudes are just really, really about that shit. Hey, if that's what you do your fucking thing.
It's like when we started. And I'll bring it back up because there's some that didn't witness it. There was a point in us where we actually were fighting. The No Fly Zone, we were going at it with Tony Soflo. We did a video and I addressed FBS in it, and I knew that he would respond to it, and he did, and he came out.
Then you cucked to him, and you cucked to the Ripper after he doxed your family, clown.
It was nothing to that point where it was as excessive as it was family, kids being doxed. It was just grown men going at each other.
No, it wasn't. They were doxing your sister.
And that was cool. What happened? It became real simple, and that's what needs to be used a lot more. Yep. You don't talk about me, I don't talk about you. And yep. we maintain that, but you have some that they can't. They'll say, so if you're gonna say something about somebody, you gotta expect them to respond.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's just
Nelson just said it. He just said it. He said at some point it's gonna go beyond YouTube.
Yep.
You know, at some point it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's inevitable. I'm just surprised it's taking that, and I'm not. I hope it never gets to that point, but I'm just surprised it hadn't happened because we've seen it happen in other communities, yep. and it shouldn't get that way. But what it is that again, YouTube gives you the platform to voice your opinion, and anybody can be anything and say whatever they feel on here because you'd be surprised how many people feel secure in the safety of being behind a monitor, behind an avatar and a keyboard. But what they tend to forget is that there's a real world outside, and it might not.
Yeah, there's a real world outside, meaning your little echo chamber of lies. Don't cut it to real world. That's why I have real supporters, and people support my channel, and people have been riding with me for 5, 6 years, 7 years. Because I've always been the same, unlike you. Nobody respects you on here.
All this time, but there might be that one day where somebody decides to approach you. Who knows what's going on in their life, and they hit that peak where they've said enough is enough, and they want to make an example. We see it all the time. These kids going to schools and they do all this stuff. Why? Because they've come to the realization that their life is over. So they say, well, at least I'll be talked about when I'm gone. Let me go do something really, really destructive and despicable so that it's talked about, and it eventually will happen. But it also needs to happen because it's far too much invested with these people that run their mouth and they hide behind avatars. Like I never had an issue with it before. And we're using avatars now.
Right now, here's saying hide behind the avatars. Let me put this on regular speed. They should all be doxxed. He believes they should all be doxxed.
Most of us, our faces are out here. But you have these ones, and I always go back to Chicago. Chicago Muscle was a prime example of why you cannot put too much.
And after this, he became friends with Chicago Muscle again, the fake Hell's Angel, the snitch, a guy who ratted on his friend James Hicks.
faith in these cowards, and I will say it again, and I will never change. These cowards that stay behind avatars. They talk about people, they make their lives to be this. They're so much better than everybody, but yet they don't even have the nuts. They don't. Primo, that's right.
Look, he thinks he's cool by showing his face. So basically 90% of you people, that means everybody in the chat too that watches him who doesn't show their face is a coward. Listen to this fucking whack job.
Primo showing up, that's right. We see your face, my brother. We've done this before.
This is a big scam right here. This is a big thing. Hey, we show our faces, so everybody show their face so people can fuck with your families and dox you. This is a pure rat move right here.
Some that have shown them, but the majority of ones that don't, and that's their thing, and they want to protect that anonymity. I don't, and I'll say it.
Well, that's your choice. If you don't want to have your anonymity, you can come on and show your face. YouTube gives you the option. Google gives you the option of showing your face and your name or not. So you're kind of stupid by hating on people who don't put their real names because you're basically talking about 80% of your chat.
Again, when it comes to college content creators who live behind avatars that run their mouth and talk about other people's lifestyles, I don't care if you get doxxed.
Look,
I have more respect for somebody who's going to show their face, who's going to be vocal.
So anybody who doesn't show their face and say their real name should be doxxed. This guy flip-flops on everything, man. And that's why he's a terrible content creator and he can't do any content on his own channel. He'll get like 14 people watching and 6 typing.
Instead of hiding behind an avatar, why are you hiding?
Because Google, take it up with YouTube, bro. And you know why? Because you and your friends dox their family members. You and your friends call up their families, look up on their little family members on YouTube, go after their children. You got to be a moron out here to just show your face and let them fuck with your family.
Because you're scared of something. So yeah, you have no legs to stand on when you run your mouth. And
they're scared of what? They're not scared of nothing. They're scared of their families getting messed with. You and your boys have done it to people. Dox so many people. What are you talking about?
These people that support these content creators that live behind.
He's so mad that people support Maddie and the Zeos and Redzilla and stuff. And support me. He's so angry about that. He's so angry that Uncle MRE has his integrity and his dignity. He doesn't, and he hates that. He hates me for that. Hates me more than the Ripper, who doxed his innocent sister and shit like that, who had nothing to do with it. And then he went and became friends with the guy after that. You fuck with my family, I will never be your friend. I'm not no Angel Gotti over here.
These avatars that talk all this junk, I have no sympathy for them. And I'll bring it over and over again. The maggot is a prime example of why you don't put too much faith in these coward content creators that live behind avatars and make up these stories.
Well, he was the biggest Team Muscle fanboy. And then he was going at the Ripper. Then he joined the Ripper to go at Muscle. Then they all joined forces together. These guys are just jokes on here. Pure fucking jokes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What about his friend that didn't show her face and don't even care if she doesn't show her face? Yeah, well, it's what's for me, but not what's for thee, right? Like he's got a bunch of friends on here who don't show their face or their name, which they shouldn't, right? But he won't call them cowards and stuff. He's a fucking clown.
Fucking crazy. With that guy,
when the story
exactly how anybody abuses your child, shit are dead to you. That's how I feel. You come and you attack my family or even others' families. I don't like that guy. JT never did nothing to me, but what he did to other people's families, I would never platform that scumbag ever. I would never platform a stool pigeon on here or people with sex charges. I don't platform them, and I wouldn't.
Are made up. That's the bad part, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just off the mouth, bro. It's like us. They said we were bums. You know, we not working motherfucking. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
We don't have jobs. We're on YouTube.
People in the chat, they're all worried about twos. Get a life. Get a fucking life. Defends the rapper. Heated conversation. This is the one where me, him, and JTP are on. Oh, this is me and him on panel.
I say how I feel, and sometimes the verbiage is going to be a little bit heavy. Excuse the verbiage, but yeah, I'm going to be 100% who I am, and I'm going to let it be known. And my brothers feel the same way. At the end of the day, when we started this channel, we wanted to have a basic, honest dialogue with everybody. Me and my two brothers here, we have basically the same principles and outlook on how we see things.
Really? Well, what happened to those principles and that outlook?
And what we don't understand.
Same old script, Greek. Same old script, Greek lady. Same old script. 3 years, like, because I said these guys hate people who are their betters. And when I mean better, I'm not saying I'm better than other people, but I am better than them at this, where I have my integrity. I have my integrity. I don't flip-flop. I don't throw my friends under the bus. I don't turn on people. I don't break confidences. I don't do that. But he's done that all. But let's listen to him. They brought me on this channel to support. We got MRE's back until I didn't go on their channel every day and share their shit every day.
Understand that this YouTube is entertainment, but at the end of the day, you have to stand for something. You have to be able to show what side you're on. Not just.
So what do you stand for, Carlos? Jump Out Jamie? Will you speak about Jump Out Jamie?
Comedy and jokes, and we're solid over here, but we love rats here. And look, I've always respected you because you've made it clear you're here to go at scammers, rats, and you've been consistent in who you are. But
yes, I have been consistent, and I've always been consistent who I am. I started my YouTube career going after Corey Feldman because he was a fucking scumbag for what he did to R.I.P. Corey Haim. I busted Aaron Carter's balls because he burnt a dog, but then I stopped trolling that because I seen a bunch of people doing fucked up shit to him. I don't like when people fuck with people's real life, so I left that. And then I was trolling Durkee because he was scamming people. I trolled pedophiles on here, Todd Nickerson and his pedophile bunch, Pink Fang and Todd Nickerson, those crumbs. And then I started this, the rats, about the rats. I've always hated informants my whole life. They put my family members away, cousins, uncles. They put me in fucking away only for a week or two, but still, I hate rats and I always will hate them. That's a core principle I grew up with. Now, if it's right or wrong, a lot of normal people might look at me as a wacko thinking like that. And they have every right to, but that's who I am and I don't change. I don't change.
In who you are. But you get these other content creators, it's a comedy show, it's a circus. 1 minute they're conversating on we have this certain amount of time and you be a man, you don't snitch. But then yet a government cooperating witness jumps in the channel and they're praising him. It's the greatest thing since, you don't stand for anything. You don't.
All right, now you should have this conversation with Howie. You should have this conversation with Howie and Frank, the three rats that you love. And also, it's just amazing the flip-flopping on this. So he's trying to tell us he's a boogie down Bronx gangster, stood on this his whole life until 2 years ago.
Rapping, yet you're bragging about doxing. It's gotten to be a comedy show.
Listen, you're bragging about doxing. We just know after this, 2-3 months after this, in the other video, he was bragging he'll dox anybody. But now doxers are bad.
About doxing. It's gotten to be a comedy spectacle. You come into the genre and you're going at two particular people, and then the next thing you know, they're best friends, they're on your channel, and you're going at somebody else.
Wow, the projection right there. That's just what Carly has done. Wow, flip. He's a 3-time Ripper all-star. He's flipped on the Ripper 3 times. Enemies, friends, enemies, friends, enemies, friends.
Apologize to you, and then the next thing you know, you do it's a comedy. It's a comedy circus.
DK says Carlos is best friends with 3 of the rats. Yeah, so this shows that this man is not a man of integrity. If he doesn't like you, he's willing to lie and slander you.
Let it be known from the get-go, you don't stand for anything. But don't wait to go at somebody and say, "Oh, I stand for this, and this is wrong." But meanwhile, you're okaying it. The hypocrisy is despicable.
The hypocrisy is despicable, sucker and succotash.
Be 100 with y'all shit. Be 100. Stop all this faking shit, laughing. Stop being a fucking comedy circus. And it goes across the board with these guys.
Look, this is when he thought doxing was bad. All that stuff was bad back then when he was friends with Uncle MRE because he thought his shitty channel would go somewhere. I couldn't agree more. I didn't watch that video last night, but a few people told me that they were on there just crying and like even Canarsie calling me a rat and all this stuff. It's like, a rat? Like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, these guys he's a moron, man. Just 2 weeks ago, it was an Angel show. He's like, all right, bye. And we said we won't talk about each other, whatever. Even Fibby back then, this is 4/27/22 was doing the rat stuff and trying to frame me. All these guys don't like their betters. And when I mean betters, I mean people who have integrity and morals. which they don't have. It's fucking brutal. But let's listen to some more. And he goes on there screaming all this stuff.
Things out their mouth to say about who I am, call me a flip-flop or whatever. There's 10 or 20 others that are going to stand up and say, you know what? That's one thing about that man that he's not. He's going to tell you how he feels. He's going to be honest, and he's going to back you up. But those who I've supported and chose to turn on me and say those things, you can say what you want. You yourself know that's a lie. You yourself know that's a lie.
Carlos has a lot of integrity. I've always respected Carlos. Even when we disagreed or whatever, like that time. I did respect him back then, because back then he was, I didn't like informants. You shouldn't slander MRE with no proof, right? All that kind of stuff. I don't like rats. I don't like doxing. So I did respect him back then. And you stuck up for me, and you told what the people, your buddies, a big Sandy, and you stuck up for me many a times. And I appreciated that. I always respect. Yeah, I did appreciate that. Until for no reason, like I said, I never did nothing to this guy. Never did a fucking thing to him. But not, I guess in his mind, not support his channel. Not support his channel and not go on there every fucking day. I don't get it. One more time. Let's listen to Jump Out Jamie. What's up, Caesar Rodney?
I had a conversation with that man. We talked and we built a rapport with things. I'm not okay with it. I was never okay. I wasn't, and he knows this. This is something I told him.
Right now he's talking about the Ripper and the Ripper's charges. What it was his charges? Like 4th degree sexual, 3rd degree or 2nd degree, one of them degrees of sexual assault and stuff. When you force a woman, and I don't want to sound gross, but I'm just telling you the facts. When you force your fingers into a woman, and when you force a woman to give you fellatio, and then you go beat her up with a pool stick and she drops the charges, Carly thinks he's innocent. Just like Jump Out Jamie's innocent, taking the plea for 8 years. But other people are guilty for what? People have never been charged. Who there is no victim. The victim was me and my niece of her mother lying. You fucking idiot. She's on my fucking channel. And even your best friend knows that. Maureen knows that. I have a video of Maureen telling Casbo he was wrong for making up lies and calling me a credibly accused child molester and all this shit. That's all you people got. It's all you go to is child molesters and all that weird stuff. And then look at the people you hang out with.
I wasn't even okay when he would brag about doing what he did on his show. But at the end,
and what does he mean by that? Beating the woman with the pool stick, because that's what the Ripper said. I went in there and I beat her with the pool stick because she lied on me. Let me tell you, folks, if a girl lied on me and said I awed her, I wouldn't go beat her up with a pool stick. You're right. I would just go to court, and hopefully she, when she was found to be a liar, she would get charged with lying and falsifying police reports. I wouldn't go beat a woman up with a pool stick if she lied on me. I wouldn't go. How is that going to help your case? That sounds like witness intimidation to me, right? But Carly's cool with that. He's all good with that.
Today, that's how he gets down. I could just deal with the person that I know. He explained that situation to me, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to hold that against you.
I'm not going to hold that against you, that you forced a woman to give you fellatio and you stuck your fingers in the woman, and then you went and beat her with a pool stick so she would drop the charge. I'm not going to hold that against you.
Time he paid his fucking price. He paid his debt to society, and it's real.
All right, so what about Jared from Subway? Is Jared from Subway cool too when he gets out of prison? Right? I wonder if Jump Out Jamie's still in prison. I wonder about Jump Out Jamie. So every time you go on and accuse people of rapos and chomos and shit like that, it makes people want to look into Jump Out Jamie, because the average person out there says, imagine if he was doing that to me, or my brother, or my son, right? People don't give a fuck.
Simple. But here's another thing that I go back to. All these people in this community give so much energy to these cowards that live behind an avatar.
Look how jealous. Every video this guy's in, he's talking about cowards behind an avatar. Well, the next time people jump on your channel, anytime I see you on a live stream, which I rarely do if it's not a clip channel, you should be yelling at anybody who's not showing their face and their name, right? You should be calling them cowards.
Tell you what, if Tony Soflo would have came into this community hiding behind an avatar with some fucking made up name,
smart.
What would y'all have to say about his goddamn charges?
Nothing, because they wouldn't know who he is, Einstein.
Y'all wouldn't have shit to say. But he doxed himself. He's out there. We dox ourselves. Stop worrying about the people who are out there and focus on the clowns who talk about people all day but live behind avatars. Has nobody not learned? I'll put another spin on it. And this is from personal experience. I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox, my man Jamie.
Here's the story of Jump Out Jamie. Jump Out Jamie. Anytime this guy gives any of you people shit or tries to slander yous, go to the MobTube All-Star page and look for Jump Out Jamie when Carlos defends the Ripper, 215-23.
Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9 to 5.
What does that matter? What does it matter if Jamie's in the streets or not? Some woman accused you of R-ing her, and you didn't do it. He says Jamie didn't do it, right? Well, then why did Jamie take the fucking plea? What man is going to take a plea on our charges, right? Now, does some women make lies up? Yeah, of course. But if that was the case, Jump Out Jamie would have beat that, right? He wouldn't have took no plea. He would have took it to trial and showed that woman as a liar.
5 type of dude. He was not a street person. Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had.
He didn't have to do it, man. He chose to take the plea. He chose because he was fucking guilty. Prove us wrong. Prove he wasn't guilty. Right? You call me a chomo. I prove to you that I'm not. Obviously, I have no charges, nothing like that. And my niece is literally on my channel, on my YouTube channel, right? Like, I don't understand what you're going to do to prove your innocence. To this guy, it's amazing. But Jump Out Jamie, innocent. Ripper, innocent. It just shows the fucking the hypocrisy and the blatant fucking hate Uncle MRE. Skullman bad. Skullman bad.
To do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you.
What does that even mean? All right, so Jump Out Jamie didn't have the same charges as the Ripper. The Ripper was like a first-degree sexual assault charges. Jump Out Jamie was straight grape charges.
People here that are citizens that don't know this. There's nothing worse. You can be a rat.
Yes, Donald. They joined forces to go after you and still lost. Yes, they lose all the time. You go look at my channel. The people who support me, my numbers and shit, look at theirs and look at the real people that I have around who are not flip-flopping fucking clowns. Look at the content creators I do content with. Yeah, you can look at the guys that he does content with. Every one of those people he's fought with, stuck in the back, the whole nine. He flip-flop a million times. You don't see that over here.
Nothing worse than you entering a prison as a child molester or as a woman abuser. There's a few things.
Fact says, who is Jump Out Jamie? Carlos's friend from the Sandbox. Listen.
And this is from personal experience.
He's going to explain to you right now who Jump Out Jamie is.
I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox, my man Jamie. Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person.
So that's hard. That's all rip. That's all rip. It's not first degree sexual or second degree, which is all wrong. Well, this is straight grape. Straight grape, Jump Out Jamie.
Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9 to 5 type of dude. He was not a street person. Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same allegations.
So Jamie must be free right now, right? He's talking about past tense. Jamie had to do 8 years. So I wonder who Jump Out Jamie is. He must live. He grew up from the Sandbox. So the same, wherever he grew up, Jump Out Jamie grew up.
Allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you, to most of the people here that are citizens that don't know this. There's nothing worse. You can be a rat. There's nothing worse than you entering a prison as a child molester or as a woman abuser.
And you have friends. You have friends and guys you hung out with on here who do that. Who are that?
Few things gonna happen to you. You're gonna get your butt ran in. You're gonna get.
You love saying that.
Cut. You might even lose your life. People tend to forget how serious that charge is.
Yes, it's a very serious charge. And you know what? Even though I don't like you, I have no respect for you, I would never come out here and accuse you of raping women or hurting your nephews and nieces like the Ripper did with your sister Dee Dee. Remember that? How he did that? And then you went and you kissed his ass and you bent your knee for the 3rd time. You shouldn't. Nobody should go out and make those lies about people. And anybody sitting there listening to that who doesn't speak up about it, you're just as guilty promoting that shit. And any of you fuckers be dumb enough to believe this guy, you're just a bunch of sheep, stupid people.
So that's why I can understand somebody being accused of that stuff and losing their mind. Why? Because they know.
Yeah, they would get mad if some woman right now said, "Hey, Nick Colacone R'd me." I'd be pissed, dude. I'd be pissed. But what I would not do is go attack that woman and beat her with a pull stick or hit her or try to do anything like that. I would know. Right is might, bro. Right is might. And I would know, shit, I didn't do that to that woman. I'm taking this to trial and she's going to she's going to lose. She's going to lose. If you know you didn't do it, why would you take a plea? Why would you do 8 years in prison and be a sex offender? Why don't you go look up the sex offenders? Any sex offenders in Florida named Jamie around his area? Jump out, Jamie. Bring me the one. Jump out and beat her and have lots of fun. Make Jump Out Jamie. Oh, Liberace. Unbelievable. The hypocrisy is just mind-boggling. And these other idiots who let him on there to do that, and they just sit there with their little smirks, their little fucking bust-out smirks, couch surfing. These are a bunch of fucking lames. Fucking lames.
What the road is ahead of them in life with those kind of charges. You know?
Exactly. So how's Jump Out Jamie doing right now? How's Jump Out Jamie's life panning out after he had those kind of charges that he pleaded guilty? He pleaded guilty to R-ing a woman. Hey, Heidi, what's going on? Yes, happy Mother's Day to you, Heidi. You know, I went to your channel and I tried to look on 7 of your videos for the fucking thank you thing, and I could not hit that, and I couldn't hype none of your videos. I think I used all 3 of them last week. I hyped one of your videos last week. I went and hyped Unfiltered Brit and Nick from Chicago. But make sure you go check out Heidi. Heidi's a good woman.
Nobody.
Jump Out Jamie. One more time with Jump Out Jamie. How long we been live here? I don't want to be alive too long. Let me see if I see how long we've been live. Where does it tell you how long we've been live here? Hold on. We'll listen to Jump Out Jamie one more time.
Girlfriend, and she was in love. I had a good friend of mine growing personal experience.
What state is the Jump Out Jamie? Possibly Florida, Jump Out Jamie, because that's where he's from. I don't know what part of Florida he's from. I don't know. But yeah, Jump Out Jamie's from Florida. Does anybody know how long we've been live here? I can't tell. I can't even find out. Oh, 2 hours. All right. Wow. All right. We're going to wrap this up soon. I actually canceled my. Oh, did you? Yeah. Remonetize your channel and I'll go give Heidi Black some support. She's good people. And Hey Teacher, Raditha, good people.
I had a good friend of mine growing up since.
All right, now here, this is going to be Jump Out Jamie. The last time we played Jump Out Jamie. And I want to hear the men's opinions on this and women's opinions too about this. Should he explain Jump Out Jamie? I think if he's going to go calling people child molesters and rats, rat how? Who the fuck did I rat on? Nobody from my city's ever said I told on them. You've been running with that for 4 years because you got nothing else. Nothing else. You can't do the funny, witty videos and laughing videos that I do to rip yous apart. Go look at my numbers. Look at yours. Look at the people who support me. Look at the people who support you. Or people you hated on last year and who hated you. Fucking chump.
Mine growing up since Sandbox.
Bill, what's up, Bill? These people still beating their drum. Carly, and a few misfits, secret haters, clowns like that.
A good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox, my man Jamie. Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person.
Well, if Jamie was a borderline stalker, Jamie couldn't have took that to trial and won that if he was innocent, right? Oh, you don't really care. Does Jamie buy you cigarettes? Because that's what most people do that he become friends with. He'll hit them up for $10.
He was a working 9-to-5 type of dude. He was not a street person. Jamie had to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. Now, I'll put it to you, to most of the people here that are citizens that don't know this. There's nothing worse. You can be a rat. There's nothing worse than you entering a prison.
Very true. Then very true. Why did Jump Out Jamie take that plea?
I had a good friend of mine growing up since Sandbox.
Yeah, BK, next time he hits you with all this dumb shit, Bring out Jump Out Jamie and his rat love, and watch how fast he stops talking shit to you. Jump Out Jamie and the rat love. Hit the flip flopping.
Man, Jamie had a girlfriend, and she was in love with him, and she was basically a borderline stalker. She accused him of rape. Now, Jamie wasn't a street person. Jamie was a working 9 to 5.
And what does that have to do with anything?
Type of dude. He was not a street person. Jamie.
Neither are you. You're not a street person. You're a fucking clown. You might be a punk ass inmate. People think because they go to jail, they're cool. There's a huge difference between inmates and convicts. Okay. You want to go see convicts? Go watch Angel streams with my friend Dean and Eddie on their prison interviews. Those are convicts. Okay. These motherfuckers are inmates. Big difference.
How to eat that charge. Jamie had to do 8 years and being an innocent person for those same allegations that Tony Sofo spazzed out on. Now,
and even sticking up for the Ripper through this whole thing. What these guys are just disgusting. That's why they have no Vegas Pete. What's up, bro? They have no respect on here, no dignity, no integrity. Make sure you guys come back, leave some comments. Your Jump Out Jamie comments, your Fibby comments. Hit the hype button. It'll probably be up tomorrow to hype this. If you want to support the channel, come and hype it and leave some comments. So talk to the chat for what have we got? Another 10 minutes. No one is going to take a plea for a grape charge just because silly shit. No way, Greek lady. Hell no. If some woman accused me of that, I'm fighting that to the end. I am fighting that to the end. Yeah, hype the shit out of this. Thank you, Bears. And sub to Bears' channel. He's another long-time loyal person with integrity. Heather, share your channel, please. I want everybody to support Heather. She's another good person who doesn't turn on her friends. Go check out her dogs. She don't do content, but she puts up cute pictures of her awesome cat and fucking Frankie, Team fucking Frankie, Team Labrador. And hey, teacher, support her too. Give Jason a sub. Give the good folks in here a sub. But yeah, come back, leave a comment, hype the shit out of this if you can. Probably tomorrow they'll let you hype it. If you go see the last few videos I've done, Facts Over Feelings, my bro. The last few videos I've done have hit like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 views. Thank you, Tamis. Happy Mother's Day to you and all the mothers in here and all the moms in heaven. Hold on, click on her name. I'll drop it for you before we leave, Heather. Hold on. I'll grab it for you right now. Hold on. Let me share it too. Let's share this tab. Look how cute this dog is, man. This dog is so cute right here. Let's drop Heather's channel. If you guys can give this a sub, give it a sub. Good, loyal friend. Paste. There's her channel right there. Let's go look at a few of these pictures for us. Frankie. Look at this cute cat. What the hell kind of mustache is that? Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at this cat. He's got like a mustache that goes over his nose and shit. Cool looking cat. Let's give that a like. Happy Mother's Day. So go give her a channel a sub. And sub to the links in the description, the Rat Trap Cities, the Fibby channel. I got to put this All-Star channel in there also. Greek lady, have a good Miss W, my friend. Have a good one. John Gary, my bro. Griggs, thank you, Griggs. Facts Over Feelings, thank you. Always for support. David, take care, bro. Brady, that's the cat's name, Brady. Shit show. What's going down, shit show? How's it going? Let me make sure if that's really your channel or not. I don't want to. All right, that's her. Let me mod you up. I only mod people so I know who they are, so people can't come in and say dumb shit with their things. I had some people like leaving like people's pictures up on my thing. I'm not going to say who it was, but one of my friends, they were doxing one of my internet friends, and I didn't know who the picture was. But if any of you people see any of your family members in my comments, I'm not going to recognize them. Just tell me and I'll delete them and block them. You know, I'll delete them and block them immediately. But I want to thank everybody for coming. Please come back tomorrow and hype this video. And please come and leave a comment and hit the like button. God bless you all. And shout out to Team Hypocrite out there. Fucking clowns. I got to put WOC's channel in here also.